Welcome back to the Dev Plays, the Crucible of Avarice, using the Animite Tales tabletop RPG. Last episode, the entire gang were doing their own separate things until eventually they had to come in contact with each other to discuss the war against Matrata. Plans were written up and strategies were made, however, they would not be going to war for another week. We come back just after the last session, to which the members of the party are now split up, as Stan and Aldous go back to their respected homes, and the rest of the members of the War Council are disbanded, except from Pinky and Lord. So we currently have Felix, Ferb, Anarche, Pinky, and Lord. What are you guys now up to?
I'm off to get changed.
Okay.
Back into casual gear.
Lord begins following you.
I'd look at him and go, I'm just going off to get changed, unless you're wanting to watch.
Oh, no. You're in that armour. I was only just going to say, probably best for you to stay in the armour.
No.
Well, you see, my pick is she's a little bit more...
violent?
Yes, let's go with that. And I think...
Exactly. So it's more fun outside the armour. So I'm going to go and get changed.
Okay. As he turns around to look at the others, I did warn him.
Fair enough. If he dies, he dies.
Pinky then just sort of walks past the two of you. Oh, Double Arm Clan. What are you going to do now for the rest of the day?
Honestly, no clue. Maybe meditate, maybe train some troops. What would you suggest?
I mean, there are a lot of things that you could be doing to help us. I mean... How about... Well, now that I think about it, training with the troops might be helpful. Fighting alongside them, they probably are going to have to start understanding how your abilities work. Maybe finding someone and demonstrating in the arena?
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
I'd say that both of you should do that. At least then people can understand it. I have a list of different people that I'll get up based on who is going to be a part of this or who is actually interested in fighting you to show demonstrations.
Sounds good.
I'll get going. She then walks off, leaving just Ferb and Felix there.
How you doing, Ferb? Is you alive? Ferb? Ferb's dead.
Really?
Well, we lost another one, guys.
Okay, that's strange. Hello?
Hello?
There we go.
Okay, I mustn't have had the mic all the way in. Yeah, it's strange. Giving tips to other warriors we'll be working with.
Yes, but it's best to go into this battle prepared.
Given them what we can do, they can at least know not to get in our war path.
True. You know, to me, it's the more the merrier. Not in the warpath. The more people I have around me.
Suddenly, whilst you guys are talking about this, a massive siren noise goes off. As it goes off and it cycles through, yeah, that's the best you're getting. It cycles through about 5 times. As then suddenly, holographic pink boards appear and then they begin to show images as it then shows this weird sort of it looks basically like a silhouette out of circuitry begins to appear from it as it then goes, "Warning! Warning! Suddenly a new player has added a rule."
Oh,
Great.
wow,
This-
that actually took longer than I expected.
This rule thus states, members of the tournament are able to give points away in order to grant people bans. This includes any not limited by all except gold band.
Okay.
Huh. You know, I found it strange how you couldn't do that anyway.
Eventually, after it's cycling and saying it a second time, it then shuts off.
Fair enough. I don't think that affects us all that much.
I mean, I'm probably the only one in the group now that doesn't have a band.
Do you want one?
I mean, the device is really useful for communication.
It also means everyone can track you.
That is true, that is true. Maybe we should ask Stan to develop some communication devices that only we can hear through.
Maybe. Or maybe we should all, buy phones.
Yes, but do you know how easy it is to trace and track those? Plus, listening devices are so common on the market right now.
I don't know. I'm sure we can think of something.
Yeah. Maybe we'll think about it when we're beating up the new recruits.
Maybe. But we best get ready.
As we now come back to Anarche. Anarche, you have just gotten into your place and you've started getting ready, sort of taking off the armor, getting changed, and then you hear this as well, this strange thing. However, the hologram appears and you overhear it, and it says the rule, the new rule that's been added.
Okay. I just continue getting changed. Annoying that it's going on for a second time.
Once you're finished getting ready and you get dressed into your more appropriate clothing, you head on out. As you don't even take 5 steps out of your own house, and Lord just appears. Ah, there you are, Anarche.
Your timing is very conspicuous.
Well, I'm glad that we can have this conversation. It's time for you to follow me.
And now you just made it sound worse. Okay, sure.
As the two of you begin walking, you notice that he's taking you closer and closer to the arena.
Do I sense anything? At the minute, I think it would only be like 100 or so meters, but
You're in your Animon Shard transformation, aren't you?
yeah, it's just a basic one.
So right now, what you're sensing, obviously, Lord's vast energy and his life force. As you sort of get closer and closer to the arena, you sense other people's life forces, and they're sort of roughly the strengths that you sort of are, not exactly a stranger to. These sort of levels and these sort of powers. As he walks on over to just sort of outside of the arena, as they're sort of, it's empty at the moment. This old arena. I say old, it's only been around for not even a month. But this thing is an incredible work of art. I mean, consequences inside of there mean nothing out here. It's a very impressive setup that you've built.
I would say thank you, but I didn't really build anything of it, so...
I know what you mean, but still, the fact that you did this is quite impressive.
Well, it would have been more of a pain in the ass otherwise. Would have had to hunt people down to gain points, and that would have been a real annoyance, so... This was quicker.
Well, yes, but I mean, the fascinating factor of it is that it actually reminds me of how people always wanted to use powers without cruelty. And that even I would see that it is very difficult to live in a world like that. But I wanted to. That's why I would never destroy a person's mind or alter their memories. If I was ever to take something from them, I would be making sure that they would still have them.
I mean that's commendable at least.
Lord, Lord has sort of just been sat here for a while, looking at this place and sort of looking all over, and eventually says, Anarchy, this last person that you're going to meet, you're going to be meeting the person that I've chosen.
Right. At this point, it's looking like it's you at this point, so...
No. This last candidate is my great-granddaughter. She, however, was not, despite her strength, was not part of the team of the Ushmar clan that made it here to fight your team. The reason that she did not is because that she single-handedly defended the clan on her own, whilst they were out doing whatever they wished. But also, they tricked her. You see, she wanted to come and fight in this tournament and in this arena against many different people, but they knew that she would try to fight all of them alone. But they also knew that if they didn't trick her into staying with the rest of the clan, that they would not be able to rest easy at night. She has gone up against foes very similar to yours. She also went head-to-head against Jean Polifonte. She has met many different powerful entities from Matrata, and she has kept the clan safe. I wouldn't go as far as to say that she's invincible or unstoppable. No one is. But I will say at the very least that she is definitely the strongest out of the entirety of the clan. I'd almost like to say myself included, but... well, come on.
I just stare at him blankly when he says that.
Anyway, I shall introduce you. He then twists his hand as a portal opens up, and out forth from this portal, a rather tall, quite muscular, red-haired woman steps out. And she just sort of looks around. She's adorned in similar armor as Majra was. She looks around and she goes, all right. So, you must be an Arche.
Yeah, that would be me.
As she looks at you, she's about 6 feet tall. How tall is an Arche again?
The same.
She squares up to you. Thought you'd be taller.
You know, I didn't really get that part.
Well, I'll let you have your time. As he just disappears.
You know, that's the least awkward he's made it so far.
He's from an older time. I wouldn't call him anything less than outdated.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, to be fair.
So, they call you many different names, but Anarche, you got a last name?
Yeah, sure. You're probably going to find it quite funny, though. It's Ezio.
Anarche Ezio. Fair enough, it's not the worst. My name is Magdalena. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
By the way, you're not necessarily sensing a lot of power from her right now.
What ability though?
You can't quite determine it. It's almost like as if her energy is either incredibly weak, nulled, or compressed. So I heard that you're one of the strongest people to ever be on this earth.
I mean, apparently, at least in this time, anyway.
And here I was thinking that you'd be a little cockier.
Well, there's not really much point, really. I've proven myself enough.
The Miracle Stone. Where is it?
I'm curious to ask why you want to know that.
Well, you want it. Surely you've either used it or you currently have it on you, but I don't sense it on you, so I'm assuming that it's not with you.
Oh, well, I do have it on me, but how do I put it? I'm not exactly capable of explaining how it works.
So you're not exactly all that smart, gotcha.
Less that, more I'm literally not allowed to.
Oh, right, you listen to all of your different rules that you've created for yourself.
No, okay, how do I? I don't even know if this will work. The previous owner set some conditions upon the stone.
The next thing that comes out of your mouth is just, I think we should change the subject now.
Oh, okay. It's out of character. Oh, okay, it didn't work. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to be vague as well.
Right, so... Usually I try and figure out the strength of a person. Figure out exactly who or what they are. But you... I can already tell that you're every bit of hype that people are saying. Somewhat.
Oh, I appreciate the semi-compliment.
There's still a few things that I want to find out. Your culture derives itself from strength and traveling throughout different worlds.
You could certainly say that, yes.
Would you care to try and show me that strength?
So
Points
that's why you
towards
brought
the
me to
barrier.
arena. Yeah.
My great-grandfather knows anything. It's probably reading people's minds and figuring out what they like.
Yeah, I think he's incapable of doing it otherwise, so... sure, we can hop in the arena for a bit. And, I won't use the stone. It'd be too boring otherwise.
Well, that's a shame. I was really hoping that you'd actually try.
Well, if you can push me enough, we'll see.
She then goes over to the barrier as someone just tries to stop her. Like, excuse me, ma'am. We need to make sure that... Get out of my way! She grabs him and just throws him.
Well, I'll walk over to the other side, I guess.
As the two of you walk into it, do you want to try anything, or...?
Yeah, sure. You know what, I'll go into my... I'm going to make the assumption that, if she's strong, then, she probably has willpower. You know, fair assumption, so...
Understand.
I'm gonna activate my willpower variant.
Okay.
Wow, low roll. 22.
As she begins to walk in, you sort of you see this sort of moment of you transforming and then you walking in. And as you walk in, you sort of see her life force begins to echo and begin to inflame throughout her body, but again, it goes no further. Like, normally, even people's life essences, you can sense it sort of pulsing out of them, or even sort of like a fire, it sort of goes, sort of almost the embers of it can even come out of their body and out of their bodily shape. Sometimes their auras don't even fit their body. This one perfectly is encapsulated inside of it. As she walks in, to take a couple of steps, you notice that she sort of looks at you as suddenly then the floor beneath her cracks ever so slightly as she moves her legs in a very specific position to sort of get a sort of odd-looking fighting stance. I would like you to roll me move speed.
Oh boy.
I got a 21.
Oh, wow.
The first thing that she does is that she, whilst she's in this stance, you notice that her body begins to sort of like move in very particular, almost flowing motions, and then suddenly she darts right towards you.
Oh. Interesting. Alright then.
It seems she's going in for a striking attack with her left hand.
You know what? I'll use my usage style thing, but I'll use it to match her. I'll do the cliche anime thing to match her punch.
Oh, so punch her punch.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. As the two of you do this, as she clashes against you and you clash against her, you do beat her outright as your fists slam against each other, and you win this blow as she's knocked back slightly. Roll damage.
Okay. So it'd be plus. A 72.
Okay. As it is now your turn.
Alright then. Well, did she seem like she took any less force from that, or did it seem like it got the full impact for it?
It seemed as though that she actually did get hit by it, and it does seem as though it's knocked her off balance, and she does sort of like wave her hand, so it does look like as if it has hurt her.
Okay. I'm gonna use my first action. Actually, nah, there's not much point. I'll do this and see what happens. I'm gonna take do something I did before against everyone and do like the spider cut, sort of cut on the floor of energy to try and break it around her.
Okay.
Oh wow, only an 18.
As you go in for this attack, sort of you place your hand against the ground. The next thing that you know is your face is immediately bent around her fist as she hits you. As she does so, you take. Just getting this up. 59 points of damage.
Okay.
And that stops your turn. Next thing that happens is once she's hit you, she pretty much just sort of makes a comment as she just goes, "You know, you're a little slower than I thought you'd be."
Well, I'm only playing at the moment.
Okay. Fine. Then I guess I should start using this. As you then notice that her aura begins to sort of dissipate and sort of it begins to go lower. As she then... Her arms wave towards her eyes, sort of suddenly obscuring them. As then when she reveals her face again, her aura begins to pulse an incredible white and blue energy. As suddenly the strength and power that came from her before is now increased, as her hair goes from the colour that it once was to suddenly white, as now it seems as though her power has fluctuated, and instead of being what it was, it's now seemingly increased by at least another 2 or 3 times what it was when she first punched you. I think I suit the white. What do you think?
It's not a bad look.
You're right. I guess... Yeah, I guess you've got some points. As she then danced towards you again, but this time it seems as though her speed has increased.
Screw it. Let's try and do this. As she's gonna go and hit me, I'm gonna try and use phasing light to send her attack back at her.
Okay.
So she, like, whatever her melee attack is, essentially open a portal, so it ends up hitting her back.
Okay.
Well, no, she just gets the attack. So.
Yeah, because you have to get 25 for phasing light, right?
Yeah, I have to at least get a 10. So
as she darts left and right, she eventually does hit you faster than you can actually make the portal. As you do actually get the energy off faster than she was about to hit you. However, as her fist goes through it, you realise, shoot, I haven't gotten enough focus yet. As her fist goes through the energy that you were creating and hits you directly in the face. Just quickly having a look at something. As she hits you in the face, she then, like, the energy covering her fist strikes against you, and you just get launched, slamming into the back wall. As this whole impact hits you completely differently, this does 129 points of damage.
it's just rude. Oh. Okay.
That
I
does
guess I'll
break
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is disadvantage, as this is super strength.
Oh, okay. Well, I got below a 10, so...
Okay. So I'm just having a look at it again. Okay, so you are up to 188. And yeah, that fails, so. As that happens, you notice that like there's this, you've been hit by this attack and you feel a crack in the right side of your cheek. When you get slammed against it, it really freaking hurts. You have a fractured cheekbone. You will take an additional 5 points of damage every time she hits you in the head. Thanks for the upgrade. Although, I really think that mine is much better.
Just stand up, feeling my cheek. Really had to hit the face, didn't you? Ah.
Oh, come on now. Battle scars are what makes a man.
That's not even gonna scar though, that's the worst part. Oh. Alright. I guess I'll stop playing a bit. You've enticed my interest, I'll give you that.
Why, thank you.
Well, I guess I'm going to activate my my mastered form.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Because of course.
Well, actually, it does still activate.
Oh yeah, that's just a willpower thing. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
so that means it's now 16.
16. Yep.
Okay, so you've powered up.
Yep. Actually gotten weaker, but you know, powered up.
My damage output is greater, but my defense is now much weaker.
This is my power. My damage output is weaker as well. It's not looking good. Ain't looking good. Alright. I guess I'll have to make up for the difference. I'm gonna bonus action, pull out Swartle.
Oh, you've got a weapon.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've got many. And, feel like this might go badly for me if I don't use this. So, I'll give you that at least. And I will activate, Phantom Zone.
Ooh, interesting.
For 4 turns.
Ooh, nice. So you
I'll
create
have it cover the entire arena.
Nice. You create the Phantom Zone as your energy begins to whirl around, creating your barrier around the two of you.
Is that a bonus action or an action to create that?
Is an action.
Okay, so that would be the end of my turn then.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Now that's impressive. Oh, right. Of course. This is your ability, the Phantom Zone, right?
Yeah.
I've seen it being used once. I was watching one of your fights. This is impressive. You know, there are many people who could probably break it. Sadly, I'm not one of them. But then again, I've never really shied away from a fight. This zone practically makes you immortal, right?
That's a fair way to put it.
Then I'm gonna really enjoy this. As her energy fluctuates once again, only this time an even greater burst of power, as her eyes glow yet again. You know, many of my clan are anomalies. We have the power of copying, and then we have something else. But I, on the other hand, am born a little differently. You see, my power allows me to have only copying, but I can reap even further benefits from it. You see, unlike your anomalies and your superhumans, I'm an Omegan type, which actually means that my power gains even greater powers. Which is all super redundant, I know. To be honest, my grandfather was telling me something about adaptive permeating power or something like that. But I don't care what he says. The point is, I can copy powers pretty quickly, just like anyone else, only any kind that I copy are 2 times as strong as they should be. Oh, and I should also say, even though that my powers automatically allow me to do this, I've also created a technique that none of my family were able to. One that allows me to copy abilities even if they have willpower required into them. It took me years to master this skill, but now it's finally my own. And it's why I'm able to keep on par with other people who own their abilities. So, I always see things as a challenge. And now that I'm standing right in front of you, you're the greatest mountain that I need to climb. So thank you for at least humoring me. But I didn't need your pity. As you notice that her energy that is going across her body is not only white like yours and blue, but you then notice a burn coming from her chest of this burst of like almost fire-like energy that is green. As she then darts towards you yet again.
Oh. Alright then. I'm gonna use my usage style swordsmanship thing. the Phantom Blade, as I like to call it.
Fair enough.
I believe it's technically this with the sword. Yeah. Then.
Okay, I'm just having a look. Yeah, no, I am. Actually, what's your 17? What's 15?
Plus 15. Yeah.
80, okay. I got 30, so I think, yeah, we're hitting each other.
Yeah. So that would be what? Plus 11 plus. I believe 24 and then plus.
So as she darts towards you and she hits you, you also hit her back with this slash. As she strikes you with an attack that does 124 points of damage, you hit her back with something that hits her for 149. In that point, roll me... Actually, well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just now having a look. So it's now your turn. As she still survives this attack.
Yeah, that's not surprising. So I'll reset myself after getting hit by that. Oh, well. You know, this could backfire horribly upon me, but, you know, I think against you it's worth taking a bit more of a gamble.
Well, it's glad to see that you're finally taking me seriously.
Well, let's call it stage 3, shall we? As I will activate EX form.
Okay.
Yes, that's still a 20, so. Alright.
Okay.
As
you go.
I will go in for the attack. With the
Nice.
sword.
As your energy begins to writhe in your body and explode outwards like an intense jet flame as you launch towards her, she does notice that and she opens her arms up wide as she almost welcomes your attack. Roll for it.
Okay, this and then natural 20.
I also got a natural 20. And it's with a 15.
So
depending
I
on,
mean, this is up to you. How do you want to play it?
well, depending on what I get on my last one, I'll see. Okay. The other two rolls that I've got, the actual attacking rolls, are better. I'm going to say... Because is the 10 the actual attack, or is the energy the attack? Oh, wait, no, it's an enhanced one, so technically either
both
counts.
of them are.
Okay, so it's an natural 20. The same with mine, to be fair.
Should we just hit each other?
Yeah,
it's really up to you. Okay.
I'll say we'll strike each other, but it's normal damage from both.
Yeah, okay. Plus 11. Plus. Oh, geez, I have to figure this out. So that'd be 48. So. What's half of 16 d6s? So it'd be 48 doubled, which would be 96, and half of 96. Okay, 48. Cool. Plus.
Wowza. Okay, so 2, 5, 6.
Yep.
Jeez. Nice. As you do hit her with an attack that does actually, like... is this with your sword, by the way?
Yeah.
You do straight off, like, cut off one of her arms as she hits you with the other one, and you just get completely blasted as you take 101 points of damage as you cut off her other arm that isn't hitting you, and then she's launched right back. However, as she sort of slides backwards, immediately the green energy from her chest bursts outwards in the shape of like an arm as it becomes like a construct. And then immediately the construct changes colour until eventually it just becomes a flesh arm yet again as it regrows her arm perfectly.
Well, that's certainly impressive.
Thanks. It took me a while to learn this one. Although, I don't know. I kind of like the old arm better. Oh, wait. As it then suddenly, her arm just gets bolstered as it just becomes slightly more muscular to sort of fill in with the rest of her body. Oh, yeah, no, that's much better. She then pulses again with that strange energy as it's not growing any further. She's not gaining any further increase in her power. However, she opens her arms in this big stance again and brings them in closely to resemble then a cup with her hands pointing towards you. As she does so, you recognize this ability as she then says the word spatial bead.
Oh boy. So this is a ranged attack, isn't it?
This is indeed. This is a spatial blast as it's now whirling up in between her hands as she's about ready to fire it.
You know what? Sure, I'll attempt to teleport behind her.
Okay.
Because I assume she's out of my move speed range, right? So.
Technically, she can't be because of the because your move speed isn't. What's your move speed?
25, which is why
she can't be. Yeah, she's about like 15 meters away.
So technically, so I forget this rule. Can you do ranged melee attacks if they're within your move speed, or does it has to be within the actual range of the weapon? Or
technically, it has to be within the range of the weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, then I will attempt to teleport behind her.
Okay. That does beat mine, but only just by a little. As she fires the blast and you teleport just as it was about to get to you, as you're now behind her. It's now your turn.
Close. Alright. Well, first action, because my strenuous form is on one turn,
yeah,
I'm going to go to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll for it.
Fair enough.
Yep. Alright, well, that will do for now.
Okay.
That's my first action gone. Really was hoping for at least a 3, but...
Actually, no, remember, keeping a strenuous form up doesn't use up your actions.
Oh, no, you're right, it doesn't. In that case, then, I will attempt to go on to stage 4, as I will attempt to use my emotional empowerment. Which would stack with both of these.
It would indeed. You currently have 188 out of 230 out of your health.
Yeah. But I have 2 turns left on the domain. So.
Yeah, so this is the perfect time to use it.
And it activates.
It does indeed.
I just need to check where exactly I am on the thing. Just so I know what I'm rolling with. Okay. In that case, I will go again for the Phantom Blade attack.
Go for it.
So I'll attempt to slash her. Plus... And...
as you go for it, she is able to turn around quickly enough. And as she does so, she screams out something. You can't quite get what she says, but as she screams it out, she goes, "Evening, elephant!" As you go to slash her, she slightly moves as she rotates her body out of the way of your slash, and her fist goes up towards you, hitting you, but then suddenly you feel this pulse go through your body as it practically folds you inwards.
Oh.
As it does... wow, that's actually really low. As it does 87 points of damage to you. However, again, as you are bent and folded inwards, this bursts you open, but again, it just rewrites and resets you back as, again, you're in your phantom zone. As she sort of, like, backs up just for a second, as she seems to wind up for another attack.
Alright. I guess this time instead of going with the blade, I'm gonna go for an uppercut.
This time, as she sort of steps back, the pulse of energy happens again, only this time she sort of smirks as energy courses around her body to come up with and create an entire armor, as out from her hand an energy sword is made. As she then jumps, once she sort of leaps back, she then touches the floor with her toes and then uses them as a spring to launch herself towards you for another attack.
In that case then, Joe, you'll get the reference. I'm gonna do this Earthbreaker style when I go to hit her.
Awesome. Okay.
So 34.
So my highest is... so that's 25 and that's 31, so we both still hit.
Okay. Also, I think my willpower number is now the 29. Because that form obviously imbues me of everything else again, so... Or would it be the... I don't actually remember. And now I think about it. Would it be that, or would it be the... It doesn't matter, either way. It does not matter. Do that plus 11. So 48, yeah. Plus...
Okay, so you got it?
Yep. I did 295.
As you hit her with that, and she also hits you with the slash, she then cuts you perfectly open with the sword as you hit her downwards and sort of crack into her her armor. As I now just have to have a look at this. What was that? Okay. So yours was 295. Okay, that's actually going to be quite impressive. Okay. As you hit her again with that, and it does crack into her shoulder, as her eyes sort of like shift for a second, as then the green energy courses around it and instantly heals it. As it is now your turn.
Is it mine? Oh yeah, well it is mine, yeah. Forgot that was her turn. Well, I guess I'll re-roll for the Strenuous Form again. Alright, yep. Well, it doesn't matter considering if I don't end it this turn, I'm dead anyway, so...
I think this is... this is the last turn that you have Phantom Zone on.
Yeah.
So actually, after this action, I just realised.
Yep. So, bonus action, I'm going to pull out... You know what, screw it. I'm going to pull out Thor's Hammer Axe, and I'm going to go with the lightning-based attack.
Okay. Okay, so what was that? Highest
25.
25, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 34.
Yeah.
As you go in for the lightning, she just dashes off just as that's about to hit, as it strikes into the middle of where she was. She then sort of reappears very quickly and strikes you right in the face. Again, dealing what would have been 120 points of damage. As you sort of like grind back out of it, the Phantom Zone eventually begins to pull its energy back in as it all begins to dissipate. I guess I survived. That's as long as you can make it for, huh? 4 minutes?
Yep, pretty much. Does my Strangest Form end at this point then? Because it's only a turn as well.
No. You still got it for until the end of this.
Okay.
Well, I gotta admit, I never thought that I'd have to fight someone of this level. But I'm not exactly a weak pushover like all the others that you fought before.
No, I can tell that. Well, let's decide this, shall we? I'm pretty sure whoever hits next wins, so...
Alright, then why don't we give it a little bit more interest? I'll use everything I've got, including your own abilities, and you can use the Miracle Stone.
Tempting offer as that may be, it doesn't actually change anything at this point.
Still, I'd like to know that you used everything that you had.
No, I just think you want bragging rights you beat someone with the Miracle Stone. But either way, I'll comply.
Alright then, bring it on. As she then readies up one last time.
Alright. I basically already am at my strongest, so...
Her energy fluctuates one last time as it then increases itself in power. However, in this moment you notice that her body is beginning to heal itself. She prepares for what's to come next. Sorry, I'm just looking into something. There we go.
Nah, it's all good. I'll just say Anarche will sort of prepare the axe as the lightning will start channeling through it as he'll prepare for his final strike.
You notice that all of the damage that she has been dealt, even though that she has been dealt quite a lot of it has now been sort of taken away as her body has begun to heal itself incredibly rapidly. This healing is much faster than Jun's, and it is very similar as, again, green energy fluctuates throughout her body and begins to go over to the locations where her body was damaged. However, as it's happening, you notice that her life force is increasing.
Oh, okay, we'll just smile at this and stay steadfast.
As she readies herself up, she then says, "Everything you've got on the table!" As she then launches towards you. "Everything! Show me!"
Alright, well, I guess adding the Miracle Stone to this, Anarchy will go in for the final strike.
Roll dem dice.
A 27.
The highest I got was 28, and that's not including my natural 20.
Oh, wow.
So even if I didn't get a natural 20, I still would have gotten. 28.
Yeah.
As she hits with this attack, and I'll show you what this attack is. Because I will roll it for the first time in a while. I will roll it on here, on dice rolls, so we can all see it. Where are you? I know you're around here somewhere. There we go. And this is the damage that is dealt. As she uncovers herself in this massive amount of power and energy, the Storm God's visage riles around her, covering herself in an armor as she launches towards you. Her body glows with energy as she goes to hit you with an energy-infused punch. Darts towards you as you try and shoot her with lightning. She dodges between the lightning bolts, and then until eventually she jumps upwards and lands her strike as she brings you all the way down into the ground as a massive explosion from beneath you of rock and rubble flies upwards. I want to point out, this shakes and shudders the entirety of this inside arena, but if it weren't for the outer layers of the bubble, the entire island would be currently shaking. Whilst this is going on, Felix and Ferb, you have been watching this fight as people are showing it off in the spectators' screens all across the island.
Well, I almost felt that from here.
That she's
Quite
on
a
our
punch, wouldn't you
side.
say?
Yeah.
Love that, glad she's on our side. As the sum total of damage that puts you to is 362.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm dead, Joe.
Yes, yeah.
Irrelevant.
Well, actually, I guess you could always roll to see, but yeah.
No. I refuse at this point. The fight is over at this point because my form would disappear anyway,
Yes,
and then it's all over. So it was all down to this Ron set rolls anyway.
As she brings her hand up, covered in blood and still cased in the energy armor, her face, as she sort of rises her fist back up, revealing the blood-soaked fist, you can see that her eyes are just glowing yellow, and that she has no pupils, and her facial expression almost looks demonic. As when that all is said and done, she eventually then just grabs the leg of Anarche and begins dragging him out until eventually throwing him out of the arena into the couch that is on one of the team sides. As Anarche, you are reverted back into your original transformation of willpower, as you stumble out of it completely alive and awake.
Oh. Well, that's been a while.
I have to admit, I had to use everything at you. But that was definitely fun. She then takes a step out of the arena as all of these abilities and energies just wipe off of her instantly as her armor comes back onto her right arm.
Yeah, it really was. And you know what? Congratulations, fair enough. You beat me at my strongest. I can't even complain about anything this time.
Oh, don't be so sour. I know that the one thing that you're probably have an issue with is the fact that I copy powers.
No.
Really? You don't?
Well, no, why would I? It's your ability. It'd be pretty dumb to complain about something like that. It's a fair enough argument. I mean, that's how it works, and hey, you've still managed to turn it into your own effort, so it would be pretty dumb to complain about something like that after losing. If anything, that would insult me more.
Roll me charisma with advantage.
Oh boy. You ready for this, guys?
This will be the time where he gets a double natural one.
Talker.
Good lord.
Almost! It's
Good
a 4.
lord. A 2 and a 4.
Anarche has no charisma. That's his whole thing. Unless it's diplomacying important people, it's no charisma.
She, even if that's not what you're trying to get off, she almost gets the vibe that you're kind of salty about the fact that you lost. So she doesn't necessarily believe what you're saying.
Well... Oh, well... Anyway, congrats, genuinely. It's actually been a while since I've lost, but I think I see where I can improve now.
It's interesting. You see, most people that I beat usually are upset because they got beaten by a girl. Or even more specifically, they usually complain about how my ability is unfair, about the fact that I can take anyone's powers and make them stronger. It's why I work so hard. It's why I use these abilities of my own will. Because if I don't, I'm proving everyone else who ever mocks me right, that the only strength I get is from stealing it from others.
I wouldn't exactly say stealing, you've turned it into your own, haven't you, like I said previously, but either way, I get your point, but
You know
I think
what?
I have some ideas.
You're not half bad. It's been a while since last time I saw someone of your caliber. And you didn't even use the Miracle Stone until the last second.
Well, I have to be honest, it really wouldn't have done much. I'd already stacked so much on me that, to be honest, adding the Miracle Stone really would have just been a slight increase. So...
You call the Miracle Stone, the most powerful artifact in the entire world, a slight increase. That is pride. I like you.
Well, I guess I'd have to say back, you're pretty interesting.
Well, we've still got some more time. Maybe you can show me some more of your moves, or even that armory. It's pretty cool that you have a bunch of weapons that can just appear out of thin air like that.
Oh, I can show you the list if you want.
Sure. We should probably go somewhere a little bit more private.
Anarchy is gonna roll intelligence. He ain't so sure. Or would it be wisdom? Is it in... No, you know what? It will be insight.
I think it would
Does he
be
get-
insight, yeah.
No, it's just about weaponry, guys. That's all it is.
Actually, there's a fear that she might not be talking about weaponry.
Oh no.
You're like, she might want to go like to my house or like in a hotel or something.
Thank goodness we don't have a... Wait, do we have a hotel here? Shit.
You have like a large accommodation thing like a hotel.
Oh no. Well, you know what? We'll go somewhere private. I don't know where that is yet, but we'll figure it out.
As you guys head off, Pinky comes back over to Felix and Ferb. I was about fucking Felix and Ferb.
I thought you were about to say Felix and Fergus, you know?
I was about to say Felix and Fletcher, so you know what? At least that's fine. In fact, the funny thing is, I was originally going to say Felix and Ferb, but I thought, no, that's not right. It's No, it is Ferb.
The fact you have to question it this much is concerning, Joe.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
the
could have been
Fs.
worse. You could have went.
It's just the
You could have
F.
went Fergus and Fletcher.
Anyway, yes, Pinky comes back to you guys and gives you the list of them. She then says, "To be honest, the list isn't too extensive, but I reckon you could probably get something. You can either do 1v1s or 2v2s to show them off.
What do you think, Fab?
Well, we're supposed to be working as a team in this battle, so show them what we can do together would probably be the best, since we're going to be on the front lines together anyway.
Sure.
Well, there you go. I guess I'm gonna go off and be someone else's PA.
If you need anything, Pinky, just let us know.
Sure, whatever.
Thanks for your help, Pinky.
Can I insight that? Sure, whatever.
Yeah, sure, you can.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, I can. It's a good thing. I'm so great at insight.
Aren't we all?
So super great at insight. Let me just check. Yeah, still great at insight.
Yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, see you later, Pinky. It was good talking to you.
Yeah.
So your list consists of Redoran Sakazuki. Not Sakazuki, sorry. Redoran Suzaku.
Sakazuki, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Hirodora. You good, Joe?
Hirodora Byakugo. The Divine Serpent Guardian. Kozuki Seryu. Just having a look at some of the others. Godfrey. Mrazark Frigus Smirt. Majra. Sasaki. Toshimu. And I'm just having a look. Atlas. Giano Tane. Shockwave. And Cilia Liddy.
That's a lot of names.
There's also Daius Miyamoto.
Daius!
Well, what do you think, Fab?
Just go down the list at a time.
Sure. Why not?
Going down, they're asking us in like which two do you want to show your demonstration of your abilities together with?
Like going down the list 2 at a time. So from the top, the first 2, then the next.
So you're gonna fight everyone 2v2.
Yeah. Why not?
Because you were asked to only showcase one fight.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Can you read them again?
Okay, I'll put one down. Atlas puts a tick to Atlas's name and leaves the other one for Fergus. Felix,
okay, hey Fergus, come over here. Okay.
Fergus, can you pick our fighters, please?
Yeah. So Joe, how many are left after picking one?
You've got about another 10.
Okay. Cool. I'll take number 5.
Okay, number 5. That is just having a look now. So that's all the Divine Guardians out. Next one would be Godfrey. The two melee fighters.
I mean, I imagine Felix just covered his eyes and just went up and down the list with his finger until he stopped on one.
Okay. As you sort of tick them off and eventually go off back to seeing where Pinky is, Pinky eventually says, "Really? You want to pick these two?"
I literally random choiced it.
Okay, well, it's not my choice, but sure, if that's what you want.
Yeah, why not?
Well, if you want to know why not, you've got 2 melee fighters going up against 1 melee fighter and a ranged fighter. You probably don't want to exactly showcase that off. You might piss some people off.
That's fair.
If you want my opinion,
I would love your opinion.
you could probably say keeping Atlas or Godfrey, and then replacing one of the 2 of them with... She looks up and down. Probably best for one of the 2 Ushama lads. To be honest, they're actually probably better to showcase some of the angelic fighting types, considering a lot of them have ranged abilities. Kind of makes sense that you'd want to fight one person who's good at one thing and another person who has a large plethora of different abilities.
True. What are the
Yeah,
2?
with the Ishmar,
Wait, I can flip a coin.
Okay.
1 is Ushima number 1 and 2 is Ushima number 2 because I have forgotten which ones were.
Majora and Sasaki, but yeah, 1 and 2 is fine.
Yeah, 1 and 2. We're going with 1.
Majora.
oh,
Okay, now
the
which one of-
previous head.
Now, which one of the 2 are you going to get rid of on your list here?
I guess I'll roll 1 or 2. 1 for Godfrey, 2 for Atlas.
Okay. Okay.
There goes Godfrey.
Okay.
So,
So
I'd like to imagine you're like closing your eyes and just like crossing off a random one.
yeah.
That's how
So Madra and Atlas.
okay, so you'll be fighting Majra and Atlas. As things sort of get sorted and everything, the 2 of them are standing one side of the arena, that you guys are standing the other side of the arena. The both of you can do 2 things before you go in each. What would you like to do?
I mean, first thing is just bulk up. I will. I always forget. It's a rolling a 10 plus 10 for the will, or is it?
Yeah, so it's a D20 plus 10.
Okay. 23 is the willpower for it.
Okay. And Ferb, is there anything that you want to do? Oh, sorry.
You said 2 actions?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll try for Tri-Wield and then Flying Dreadnought.
Okay.
I might also do, if I can find it on my fucking sheet, Defensive Daddy.
Okay.
If I can. Where the fuck is it?
And so you said Tri-Wield. Tri-Wield doesn't work, because Tri-Wield is an attack.
No, sorry, Tri-Limb. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. So roll for both.
I have Tri-Wheel, Tri-Limb, and Tri-Fire. I need to start naming these differently.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, you could call it Triple Limb, because that would probably be better. Tri-Wield is fine, and then Tri-Fire. You could just call it Multi-Fire.
It's just activate Defensive Daddy. Definitely activates. And then it'll last for 2 turns.
Defensive Daddy. I did not like how I said that.
Yeah, well, now it's recorded and you have to live with that.
That's fine.
Alright, that's left arm and both right arms.
Okay.
And then activating Flying Dreadnought. I hate my brain. I've actually forgotten what I need to roll.
It's the same roll. D20 plus 10. You need to get a 15.
That's it.
Ooh.
20.
Nice.
Right, and then the other left arm and, the legs.
Okay.
So the head will transform into like the handle of a chain gun. It's just no chain gun, no
Okay.
barrels actually attached to it.
As the two of you move in, one of you walking, the other one flying, Atlas just sort of cracks his knuckles and walks in. Majra covers himself in a very strange sort of aura as he then steps in, as his aura becomes like a smaller version of the Storm God's visage as it stands up at around about 10 meters tall. As this begins, roll move speed.
Okay.
$22.
17.
Okay, and I got... $15 on both.
Nice.
Alright, Ferb, you're up first.
Alright. Let's see. What shall we do today? I would like to activate Dance Monkey. Plus that. And then no, the barrels, all barrels start spinning, and then they just start.
Just not a single one. Not a single one worked. Fair enough.
This isn't gonna be a good day.
The two of them look at each other and just sort of, raise their shoulders. I think that's the end of your turn.
It is because it's a double roll requirement. Even though it's not an attack, it still takes up 2 actions.
Is it a usage style?
Yes, it's a usage style.
Oh, it wouldn't take up 2 actions then.
Oh! Okay, I'm just surprised. Alright. I'll just fire at Atlas then. Like, screw that! Tactics!
I will just say you did get a natural 1 on using your powers, which means that you can't use your powers for the rest of your turn. You can use it once it's someone else's turn, but that's it.
Use an action to cry.
Use action to cry more.
I can still use Gun Fu, right?
Yeah, although that means that you'd have to basically melee him. In other words, you'll have to just give up your turn if you want to do anything with your powers.
Felix, you're up!
Okay. Well, I suppose I should probably go running in and I guess it should be muscle v muscle.
Okay.
Is it Atlas is the one with the muscle?
Yes, indeed.
Alright, so I will be doing... I'll just start with a regular combo against Atlas. Probably just going to use the Havoc Gauntlets for this one.
Okay.
So, like, just for, like, reference, I have the 2 Havoc Gauntlets on, like, the regular arms, and then I have one of the Ghost Gauntlets, and then the Wolf Fang Claws on the other 2.
Okay.
But yeah. 35 to hit.
Nice. Okay, let's see. I got a 34. The two of us are punching.
The 2 of us are punching. Don't forget, I have Defensive Daddy up, so my defenses are doubled.
Cool. Cheers for that.
This is just a regular combo, so I don't
What
add...
did you get for your transformation, just real quick? 20?
It was 23, I think.
Okay, cheers.
I believe I don't add anything to this at the moment, because it's just a regular combo. And the D4 for damage type, it is ice.
Okay. He hits you as you hit him. as you remember something from this guy when you last fought him. He can neutralize your abilities of halving your damage resistance. However, for some reason, this time it feels like as if he's hitting you, neutralizing all of your damage resistance, as he deals 33 points of damage. However, when you hit him, you do not feel any resistance whatsoever. So the two of you are hitting each other, as you take 33, but you deal 78.
Okay. Doing some quick math. Okay. And that was him hitting me doesn't stop my combo, does it?
No, not unless if he gets 5 or above your roll, and he only got 1 point above yours.
Okay, so I'll go in for another one. This one will be infused with spirit because, you know.
Okay.
One of my only options left include spirit, so. 23 to hit.
I got a 29, so that this will stop you from hitting him, and it'll also stop your turn.
Okay. Question: if I use acceptance, that makes the hit still go through, right? Or is that?
No. So you can have it that if you do get acceptance, the hit will go through, but it will end your turn. So you can still sacrifice 5 points, and then have it that you still hit him if you want, but it will still end your turn because he's still got a higher roll than you in that moment.
I mean, it would end my turn either way, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll do that.
As he deals 38 points of damage to you.
Okay, me plus the 21 from the last. 142. And me stuck now. 5. And you said he dealt how much?
He dealt 38, so you're now up to 71 damage. Wow, that is a big, drastic difference between the last attacks. Like, oh yeah, 78, 142. You literally did almost 2 times.
Well, it's because the gauntlets didn't have anything in them yet, and it was just a regular combo. Yes, that will end my turn.
And that will also end his life.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you already did like over 200 something damage, and the max health you can have is like 240 something, which I know he doesn't have.
You dealt
I
exactly
forgot to roll the damage type.
You got to deal exactly
lightning.
220 in total, so yeah.
That is a far cry from your actual match with him.
Yeah, because it was funny because it's like bang, bang, and then he hit you, you hit him, he hit you again, stopping you from hitting him, and then you just like sacrifice some points to just hit him with another hand, and it actually ended up being even more powerful. Either that, or it's you go for a hit, he strikes you faster than you hit him, and then suddenly he's just like, yes, I've got him. Next thing you know, it's the same fist that he thought that you stopped the hit from is suddenly driven into his face and slams him into the ground. As that is the end of your turn. That is the end of his life, and it's now Majra's turn. As he's sort of just standing there like, my. Now that is a little concerning. So your whole point here is to show off your strengths and capabilities, but not your weaknesses, I've noticed.
You're welcome to try.
You're so bold as to believe that you don't have weaknesses?
I know I have weaknesses.
Ah, okay, good.
I am but a mortal man.
Not ones that are easily exploited, though.
Not ones that are easily exploited. Fair enough. Mind if I give that a go?
Be my guest.
The floor is yours.
Very well. How about this? Because of his unexploitable weaknesses and your unexploitable weaknesses, let's just take a moment to have a look at this. You are now changing both of your forms so that you can be more custom fitted for combat. You don't even know really who you are, other than just some lapdog to a much more powerful master. And you were so cautious and so greedy that you would actually, kill everyone in the world just to save your family? How is that working out for you? Both of you, roll me nerve with disadvantage.
Okay. Uh, 17.
13.
Oh, nice. Okay, that does not affect you. You are held steadfast.
I've made my choices.
And my masters tend to be stronger than yours, so that's not much.
Cute. As he clasps his hands together, as then, when he reopens them, he throws out something from his large visage as some what seem to be balls of wood fly out of his hands, and as they hit the ground, they begin to grow into clones of him, as they also turn into perfect colorations of himself. I guess you're right. As they all then activate their abilities, as they then suddenly are covered in the Storm God's visage, as now the two of you are now circled around all five of them. And that is the end of their turns, as it now comes back to Ferb.
Oh boy. Well, so how many are there in total?
4 clones, one original, so there's 5.
Perfect. Trying to get superior numbers on your side.
Your opponents will try to use every different measure to make sure that they have the absolute upper hand. I thought that it was only easy and simple to use their tactics.
Smart. The enemy isn't always just on a line up to take a swing at you. That's why he must adapt to the situation.
Yes.
Time for some VAT.
Roll for it.
$30.
31. Roll me willpower.
Mm-hmm. Flat or mind?
Since you have mind, I'll let it be mind.
Alright. 25.
What flavor of willpower will you be using today?
What flavor?
I only
Dude.
get chocolate and vanilla. What do you get?
Felix is the full Neapolitan. Yeah,
Nice.
got all free.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That doesn't work. Alright, go for it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let me roll the BPA. Three. Alright, I will take out 1 on the left and the 2 on the right.
Okay.
So 3 guns will just 1 gun will focus on each of them. And this is just normal damage to them all, right? Not times. Since each target is getting 1 round each.
Is it 1 round each? I thought like it's shot by a separate
because
gun each.
I'm firing 3, so... Mm-hmm. Times 3.
Okay.
So 135 to each of them.
Okay.
And then I have to do... I take 66 damage.
Okay. As you do take that, does that break your vitality?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Now-
isn't it recoil?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and it does count as 11 separate 11 separate sixes of damage, which normally wouldn't break your vitality. That's not what's happening here. As you feel the intense pain in your arms go throughout your entire body, as it breaks you out of an illusion, as you're suddenly floating there, and you have taken 66 points of psychic damage.
What? God, that feels good. Oh, so it was an illusion, eh?
The problem with your thinking is that you can always use the same abilities, trying to wipe them out, but you're using the same tactics that you've used before and have failed before.
Well, these same tactics have also gotten me this far. I'm still breathing.
You're only still breathing because the priest has the ability to resurrect you. You were defeated by Jean Polifonte, and you nearly killed yourself against Fergus, as well as my, well, less than controlled at the time ancestor.
Well, to be fair, I've never actually came up against anyone as powerful as Lord before, so you gotta give me some credit.
Very few have. As it's now your turn, Felix.
Okay. I think for the first thing, I will just do acceptance passive. The overdrive.
Nice.
So D4 amount of turns. That's 2 turns that I'll have it on. And then I will go in for... So all the clones are still there, right?
Yeah.
Do I... So I can't distinguish them from the real one, right?
Oh no, you definitely can. It's the one who's standing in front of you rather than the other ones that are standing around you.
Okay, well, I might as well Sonic Strike combo the real one.
Okay.
19 to hit.
Okay, so I've gotten a 30.
Yeah.
A 22.
Mm-hmm.
A 19, and then the other 2 are less, so 3 are hitting you. One of which is technically stopping your attack. Actually, 2 of which is stopping your attack.
However, I do have acceptance passively on at the moment.
Yes, however, these attacks are all ranged, which doesn't help you. As this is a 3... I believe it's a 3 times fire attack?
Alright.
Yes, yeah.
I'm assuming that's including the acceptance passive. It won't be able to do the main one considering I was right next to him. Considering I was going in for a punch, like how is that? Is that still just counting as a range attack, or how do you want to?
So the way that this works is that like you would go towards him and you're about to like attack him. They all use their attacks before that you actually get close enough to hit him.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm just quickly doing this. Don't mind me, just times.
Am I correct in thinking that Defensive Daddy is still up for this turn, or is it already out?
It's still active. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, it was only for 1 turn, wasn't it?
I rolled a 2, so it's...
okay. It would end at the end of this turn.
Okay.
177 points of fire damage as all of them breathe fire damage out onto you. However, this also ignores your resistance.
Okay. You said 177?
Yes.
That would bring me down.
That does indeed. And also breaks your vitality, so roll me survival.
Okay. With super or regular con.
I'm going to say super, because you were in super when you get hit by the fire.
Alright, so it's just a plus 10. 29.
Yeah, you survive with minimal to no extra additional injuries, but the entire heat does just like knock you out as you go to the ground and then detransform. Okay. As all five of them then just look up at you. You see, numbers are important. Skill is also important. Pure or power, very important. Strategy, the most important. I have used my numbers, my powers, and my strategy to use against you. Felix, the strongest man in the world, and you, one of the most accomplished fighters on the champions team, and yet I am currently able to do this. It might be because of my powers, it might be because of my knowledge. I definitely could not go up against Felix very easily in a one-on-one battle, so, of course, I have abilities that can help me fight, where I can use different abilities, like the cloning technique that I'm currently using, to help fend off against people like Felix. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you, gunman?
I'm going to roll intelligence because his brain is starting to be clouded.
Kill, murder, destroy. Exterminate. I don't know, something high and mighty. That's an awful lot of talk for someone who's in gun distance.
Sounds like you're not intimidated by me shooting you. I should shoot you more!
Well, that's not exactly where I'm going with it as you just start unleashing. Roll for whatever you're going for.
Alright, multi-fire!
Sorry, I'm just getting a drink. Multi-fire?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
28.
Nice. Nice.
And I will use explosive rounds. Roll BPA, correct?
Yeah.
3.
So this is from a singular minigun then?
No, this is multi-fire. This is 3
Oh.
miniguns firing at once.
Gotcha.
Or 4, considering I have 4 limbs, but I think our limit is 3.
What's multi-gun fire? Is that a signature, or is that a technique, or is that your ultimate mastery?
Yes.
Yes, that's okay. That's why it's 24. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm just having a look now.
Because at the time I only had a head and 2 arms, so I have 4 arms and they're all chain guns. What's the consensus?
So who are you firing this at? Are you actually firing it at the main guy?
Yes.
Okay. Go for it. Roll damage.
How many guns are we firing here? Are we firing all 4?
Is it supposed to be you fight all 3 miniguns at the same time, or something, or is it just you fire as many guns as you currently have, or something? Actually, no, you wouldn't be able to do that because at the time you only had 3. Yeah. So it's 3 out of your 4.
All right, so 9.
Okay. Nice.
594 damage.
How many bullets is that as well? 9.
That is that would be 9. Yeah,
Okay.
9 explosive rounds.
Nice. So, as you do that, you fire all bullets, roll damage to yourself. That's 9 d12s or d12 times 9. However you'd like to roll that.
Well, technically, it's 1d12 plus 11 because I have to count the 2 that are keeping me up.
Ah, so it's times 11 then.
Yes, it's times 11.
Oh dear.
121.
121. As you fire all of these bullets, you notice that they're just stopping shy of him, as his hand is currently reached out. As the bullets are actually stopped, as they begin swirling around and then go into the center of his hand, as they're beginning to pull little other bits of rubble around as they keep going. Do you wonder sometimes if you might have made the wrong mistake? As then you are hit with 2 giant blasts of fire either side. As you take 98, but just before you sort of lose consciousness, the orb of your bullets is launched back at you and slams into you. And as that happens,
I've done no other rolls. No survival's gonna save me from this.
No. As that happens, the orb explodes, launching you backwards out of the arena, turning you back, both alive and conscious.
Joe, you're not selling me the lie that my body stayed in one piece. I was gagged.
That last attack actually didn't do that much damage. It was only 30.
What?
He didn't reflect your attack. What he did is he basically created a small gravitational well, pulled them into a place, and just made a little object, and he just launched it back. I rolled the damage, and it only dealt 32 damage.
But those were explosive bullets.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so, how much does...
You basically...
how
you
much
made a small bomb.
How much damage do they do each? Is it 2d12s?
It's 2d12s plus 11.
The explosion does... Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it's not 32, because I did add the 11, because I got 20... got 21. In that case, that's plus the... Hang on a second. That's 9 lots of 2d12s, so that's then 18 d12s.
Yeah. It was nice knowing you, Ferb.
I mean, I'm still in the arena, so even if I'm turned to dust, as long as
that's to be something left of you, so that's, as long as you don't completely turn into nothingness, then you're good.
So
there'll be blood everywhere, so I'll be fine.
True.
So it does 118 damage plus the 89 damage that you took from the fire. Yeah, those 2 attacks alone does your entire health.
Yep.
And you already dealt yourself 120 damage. No, you are dead. As you do just get exploded and chunks of you that just fly out eventually, recorporate back together outside of the arena as you are again alive. I completely forgot that they were explosive.
I gave you tiny fireworks. You returned me a nuclear bomb.
Yes, yeah. As one of the clones grabs Felix and just brings him out of the arena so that then he can then also be awake and alive, and he does the same with Atlas, as he then just moves 2 fingers upwards as the clones then basically begin wilting like plants, as the energy armors around them also begin to eventually dissipate, and then he walks out of the arena.
I'm going to be seeing the imagery in my head for quite a while.
The imagery of what?
Oh, of everything that I just saw before I completely became nothing in the grand life force.
Okay. Do you see what I was trying to tell the 2 of you now, Felix and Ferb?
Yes, now that my brain isn't running off endorphins, adrenaline, and the love of pain, yes, you make logical sense.
Felix was out for most of his speech.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Anyway, Felix, my point that I was trying to get whilst you were unconscious is that although that people are going to have different abilities, you need to be able to utilize them all together. I heard that yesterday you had used a piece of equipment to help you free Aldous.
Correct. Because he still has it on him.
Yeah.
He'll pull it out. This orb dispels powers for a short period of time.
You need to be aware as to when and where you use these items perfectly. Now, obviously, sometimes they become very apparent, like yesterday or earlier today. Whereas other times, there could very well be times where too many options arise, or even you have very little left, and they don't become apparent until it's almost too late. What I was trying to tell you in the arena was not everyone is so easily able to use abilities, but not everyone can look at a technique and just understand it straight away. I created those clones because since they were in a proximity close enough, we could all react together against you. Do you see what I'm trying to get at now?
Indeed I do.
You're going to be in the front lines fighting against multiple angels with different powers and abilities. If you went up against me and lost, it's not exactly going to be easy to win against hundreds of thousands of them. If there are that many. That's if we're unlucky. If we're lucky enough, we'll only have to deal with a couple thousand. But still, you couldn't deal with 5 of me.
That is very true.
Although, to be honest, I am pretty darn strong, so, I mean, no hard feelings, Felix.
That you are, pats him on the back. Should I do like a strength check for that pat?
I mean, you can do. I will say, I just
want to see if it like pushes them forward a bit.
So, in other words, I'm on purposely trying to make discomfort or pain happen here.
Just a push. It wouldn't be like I'm not trying to cause damage or anything. Just forget his own strength for a moment.
Just puts his spine out of place.
It's only a 10.
Oh, okay, it's only a 10. He then says, well, I best be off, but I think that you should probably have a think about what I was saying. If you're going to go up against multitudes of angels, you might want to be a little bit more prepared. You will have me on the front lines with you, so perhaps that might help, along with the Lord. But we can't always be there to defend you from everything.
Indeed.
I agree.
I will keep this on.
Well, at least you'll know you've got our back and we've got yours.
I would be a little bit more confident then in that, if it weren't for the fact that you are a little bit unhinged.
Yes, but I know my enemies from my allies.
Right. Okay. Of course. As he leaves, Pinky comes back over to you guys. What the hell happened there?
We lost. I feel like that's pretty explanatory.
Yeah, but you guys don't lose.
I have lost several times.
I think you've also lost everyone else's encouragement at this point.
Look, if we win every victory that we ever did, things would be boring!
That shouldn't be the point, but...
There's a lot of loss going on. Nake just got beaten by that weird chick. You guys just lost to... I don't know who the hell that was.
I mean, to be fair, Felix just went up against Atlas, the one who made him lose his streak, and he just annihilated him. I think that's reason for at least a little bit of cheering up.
No.
Great job, Felix.
A loss.
You conquered a wall that failed you.
We all have our moments. Clearly, I have a lot to think on strategy-wise. As do you, Philip.
I just follow orders. I'm not really good in the department of strategy. See, the first strategy I tried to do was make it so that they wouldn't all be able to just wail on us. And of course, my guns failed on me when I tried to.
Well, there's a Husconian phrase for this. Oh, that's right. Boo-hoo.
Oh, very mature, Pinky.
As we now come back to Anake and Magdalena. Magdalena is following you as you're trying to take her to quote-unquote someplace private, which Anake doesn't...
We've just gone to the house at this point. He couldn't think, alright, you know.
She just looks around and is like, huh, well, this is your place. I mean, if you can pull it out of thin air, I don't know why exactly we needed to go here, but okay.
Well, it was the quickest place. I feel like Anaki's just gonna bring out all the weaponry. You know, he'll just sort of gently place them all on his next to his coffee table.
She takes up the swartle and has a look at it. This is your main sword, isn't it?
Yeah, my very first one.
I guess I was right. She has a look along the blade. You know, you got a few chips and nicks on the blade.
Yeah, I should probably get that checked out by Grum at some point, but... what else have I got? Oh yeah, I got this Damocles sword recently.
This is as beautiful as the history books say it is. This is pretty badass. She swings it around for a second, and she ever so slightly catches it on a coffee table. But you don't notice until after you notice that there's a chunk out a chunk out of the corner of the coffee table. Huh. A lot heavier than I thought it would be. But not bad. She looks at the axe.
We don't touch that one indoors.
Oh. Why, you scared that it's gonna go off?
I'm not scared. I know it will go off, and I very much want my house remaining, intact.
She doesn't look all that impressed by it, but she does go, it's a pretty nice build. An axe and a hammer in the same go, that's not bad.
It's meant to be some, what was his name? It was one of Phileas's ancestors. Did he say the name? I think it started with T.
T.
Thor's?
Wait, you're not talking about Thor, the Heart of the Storm, are you?
Oh, it might be that.
Huh. That means that this is one of the legendary 5 weapons known as the Thirds of the Five.
Yes. Every time anyone touches it, it tests them to see if they're a true warrior, and it starts shooting lightning everywhere.
Well, there's no other choice. As she goes to grab it.
Outside!
She still grabs it.
Ah! I run away.
As lightning bolts fire off in all directions as she begins to get entirely torched by the lightning.
Anaki's out the window at this point.
Black lightning bursts out from it and attempts to go towards her as she just goes, come on then, let's see what you've got. As suddenly the lightning immediately begins to stop moving as it begins to go back in, as if it's being forced back into the axe. As she then just launches the axe towards the window that you just jumped out of as black lightning fires off and then makes a perfect 90-degree angle turn and goes upwards into the sky. After the lightning calms down, she's holding it as her hair is sort of moving around as if it is electricity, as her eyes are glowing with light.
Oh, hey, impressive. You're the third person to be able to do that. Or I've seen anyway.
This thing is incredible.
Yep. It very much is.
She then puts it down, but she jams it into the coffee table. And she lets go. Oh. Sorry, I don't actually know why I did that.
No, it's alright. You'd already chipped it. I needed a new one.
You've got an interesting collection of weapons. To be honest, I partake in a few different fighting styles myself. I use weapons from all over, whether they're dexterity or strength.
Oh, fair enough. I can't just find whatever's interesting, really.
Yeah, I have a similar thing back at home. A few different weapons from a few different people.
Oh.
You should have seen it. I even have an old katana that was used by Jean Polifonte. Guy came after me and my family.
Ah. Yeah, that does sound about right. I mean, shame I had to kill him, but yeah.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it that way.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. But I didn't really want to kill the dude, but he wouldn't stop, so.
Yeah, the only reason he stopped for us is because he realized that we weren't actually on his radar.
Yeah, well, as about all my weapon correction, it's pretty short at the moment. I need to get more.
This is still pretty good. Although a lot of swords, I'm noticing.
Yeah, it's kind of my main thing.
Fair enough, I guess I can respect that. I don't usually hold myself to one particular weapon, but fair enough. Although I don't usually use guns. They're always so boring.
See you for a bit, but I gave that up.
It's always so much more fun when you get to swing something around yourself, right?
It is, I'll admit, but guns can be pretty fun, especially if you make them right. You just gotta find it. You know, you gotta find the right one. But yeah, I kind of traded that to learn how to use the axe better.
Fair. Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed.
Thank you. As Anarcho says that, he's sort of slowly collecting his weapons back up again.
You know, I've seen a lot of different people with a lot of different, well, personalities. I thought that you'd be a lot more cocky, a lot more, I don't know, aggressive.
Well, I'm only really aggressive to people who piss me off, and, well, I have to be honest. I'm already up there when it comes to strength, so I more like to do it to people who are my enemies as well. Tends to piss them off.
I've seen a lot of your fights and even some of your arguments. You act like as if you're almost like an unkillable god. But not one of those guys who thinks they're a god.
No, I just know I'm up there. Although, I still know I've got a long way to climb. Met two people who are far stronger than me, so I'm far from the strongest. Well, in this universe I'm pretty up there, but in the grand scheme of things I'm probably like mid-tier maybe, so...
You're pretty confident to say that you're even mid up there. On this world, I think that there's only about 3 other people that I'd even say that would even come close to the strength. You and I are actually very similar.
I would say so, yeah. Although, I kind of get where the strength comes from in this universe. It's somewhat similar to mine back home. Somewhat, anyway. But, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know how this universe would fare, to be fair. But I've only explored a very small, infinite, well, 90 version of the universe, so I mean, as far as I am concerned, this is probably the second universe. The second strongest universe I've been to.
That's the first.
But I would say my universe is the strongest, but to be fair, that is an unfair advantage considering I'm pretty sure ours has been around longer than yours. So...
You know what? I'd like to see it someday. Maybe I could get a couple more fights in with some interesting people.
Yeah. Should probably go back there. I need to do it in secret, though. I might get arrested.
Oh, that would be awesome. Not the arrested part. Actually, then again.
And see, it's only fun when it's executions, because then you break out of it, and then
Exactly.
you piss. Yeah, and then you piss them off. I tried to do that in Eden, but everyone else wouldn't allow it. It was a real
They're
bore.
all boring in Eden.
Yeah. I had to offer up an Animite Tome instead. That was a pain in the ass.
You what?
Oh, yeah. That's fine. I'm going to get it back anyway.
Damn right you gotta get it back.
It's like geography, I think.
No. That's a bit boring.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, it's like the entire this entire universe's geography, I think, is the book. But
Wait, it tells you the entire maps of all of the universe?
yeah, something like that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, but you can kind of get technology that does the same thing anyway. So just give it a couple of 100 years.
No, you don't understand. The Animite Tales have infinite knowledge on everything. Even though that they were written on what seems to be a finite book, they always change. I mean, the Animite Tale that we have of the Ushimal clan, it tells us all sorts of secrets. It tells us about the first of the five. It tells us about superhumans, Huskonians, Omegans. Everything. We know exactly...
Have you actually read it, or...?
Yeah, well, only some of it. You see, the problem is that you can only read so much of that knowledge before you could potentially go mad, or even some of us could potentially even lose something. It all depends, you see. However, one of the reasons that we do it is we usually have the Grand Oracles, or even people that are even more capable of reading them. You have to understand the language, or you have to have the eyes. That's usually why that we go through gaining the kaleidoscopic eyes. The only problem is that once we replace our eyes with them, we're usually expected to read the entire book before we then do anything else in our warrior's journey. Not many of us have that.
That's why you wanted me to have the eyes, okay. I thought you guys would just have an orb for that.
No. The Ongo's orbs are not exactly easy to find, but also, even if you were able to get one or two of them, only some of them can read some of the books. I mean, you'd have to be incredibly astronomically lucky to be able to find one that could not only read it for you, but also translate it for you. I've heard that
I found 3.
What?
Yeah, I have 2 on me right now, as I open my ball. Hey guys, you can come out for a bit.
The 2 orbs finally come out for the first time in months.
Yep.
As they flow around. Welcome. It has been 145 hours since I last saw sunlight.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You guys can, have some free time.
They then just fly around the room and then eventually go upstairs.
They're like children. They'll be fine.
You have 2 of them.
I had 3.
I heard that there's only supposed to be about 20. Maybe
Oh.
not even that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really get the gist of it. I mean, there was the whole ancient ruin thing that was near Garrison, the mountaintops in Garrison. I found that in 3 days, so I don't really get the whole jig of this whole super rare thing.
You're an interesting guy. Treasure hunter, fighter, alien from another universe, collector.
Yeah, I have to be honest, I'm surprised I haven't been killed by your viruses yet. But hey, it all works out good.
Well, that's pretty simple. You're an Omegan just like me, which usually means that you're actually pretty damn resilient to most viruses.
Oh.
I mean, there'd have to be one more specifically adapted to our own biology. I heard of one that was apparently a thing about 60 years ago, but apparently they were able to cure it in Eden. Eventually they did share that cure all across Eden, so even the Matrotans have it.
Ah.
The virus was eventually completely wiped out. We got ways in which that we could cure it and destroy it cellular. But that's the only one that I've heard of, anyway.
Ah, fair enough. I would probably explain why I haven't died already then.
Yet. Although
Yeah.
kind of did it.
Yeah, you did.
By the way,
Not the first, but oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna ask, did you have the miracle stone in your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, that would explain this. She then, takes it out from between her fingers.
Ah. Oh right, yes. That makes sense now.
She then gives it back to you.
Back in the tooth you go. Ah.
Yeah, you're kind of an idiot. But then again, I guess that kind of makes sense why you'd keep it there. You just can't trust anyone.
It does make it a pain to eat, but yes. Also, I don't really want to hold it in my hand all the time. That's annoying. And in a pocket or anything, it's just gonna be annoying. So.
Yeah. I found it when I was busy finishing our fight. It's kind of hard to hold it in your mouth when your cheeks are torn open.
Yes, I can imagine. I'm also a bit dead, so it probably doesn't respond back to me anymore.
Well, you were. Anyway.
What?
I think that you're pretty interesting. But why did you want to become part of the Ushima clan?
Well, aside from the fact I found you guys interesting, well, to a degree, the Steam core principle seems to have the same sort of thing I'm looking for, which is a continuation of growth with abilities and, all sorts of things, which did pique my interest. It did help that one of the first people I met of your clan was probably one of your strongest, but I just found it curious, and I thought, at first it was kind of less of a serious thing and more intrigue, but the more and more I learned about it, I generally got curious, so...
So you want to expand the clan because you think that perhaps we're more evolved in the way in which that we think?
Yeah, you seem, somewhat. The most of you seem pretty open-minded, to be fair. Lord's a bit of a different story, but
Era from a different time.
He's also just a bit clingy to me.
If you want to know a secret, he wants you to be able to marry into the family because you're strong. Once he has you under an alliance, it means that he knows that he can definitely trust you. He reads minds, but he's still a paranoid.
Yeah, I can tell.
However, I do agree with him. I think an alliance with you would probably be most beneficial for both parties. I mean, look. I haven't exactly fought someone who could actually give me an interesting run for my money, and you haven't, and now suddenly, here we are. On top of that, you also have, or at least happen to be, interested in at least traveling, whilst also expanding horizons of other people. I kind of like to remind people of their ignorance. So perhaps the Oshimar clan is probably best fit for you.
That's not a bad argument.
Then it's settled. Whatever you choose is probably for the best.
Yes. Even it's like you can probably tell it's more of a yes, but he's even questioning himself at this point.
Right. Well, I've taken up your time. I think that this is your choice that you have to make now. But I will just remind you that no matter what you choose, either way, you're gonna probably have to owe someone some kind of explanation.
Yes, I forgot about my uncle.
What? I wasn't... You haven't told any of your family about this yet?
No, because I will probably get a beating worse than what you gave me.
Now that's interesting. I'll let you have some time to think about it. I'm gonna get going before my
Alright.
great-grandfather starts appearing. See ya.
He's probably going to appear in like a second, but yeah, see it.
She teleports out of the room.
That's smart. Anarche sits down expecting Lord to appear in the second or two.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Suck, Felix and Ferb, you guys have sort of just been chewed out a bit from Pinky, basically saying that, like, this is unbelievable, you're supposed to be generals of this war, you're at the front lines, and now they don't think that you can do this. What is she gonna do with the two of you?
Felix is just listening, nodding.
After she's finished, she goes off in a huff, and she's like, I can't deal with you guys right now.
Fair enough.
Jeez, what was that all about?
As you suddenly just, get big muscular arms just go around the backs of your neck, backs of your necks, as you just hear, women, am I right? Actually, no, actually, that sounds a bit... ugh. As he then takes his arms off, as it's Ikaje, Inarke's older brother. Anyway, I've been looking for you guys. Now that Pinky is gone, I feel like I could ask a question that she might not be too happy to answer. Where's Inarke?
Do we know?
He was walking off towards his house, and that's about all you know.
Well, there's a very easy way to find out. Pulls up the band. Show me Anake's location.
Yeah, he's just at his house.
Yep, that's his house, alright.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot that we had these.
If you want, there was, as you probably established, I could give you a band, so you could just track him down when you need.
He then pulls up his sleeve, and here's his gold. Well, not gold, but yellow, with 8.8 million on it.
Ah, never mind them.
Find Anarche. As it then just comes up with a map on. Oh, he is at his house. Cheers.
Yeah, make sure he isn't got company. He was training one of the Shamar clan.
He got royally beat down, but it was a really close fight.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna rub this in his face. He lost in front of loads of people. Do you know who it was who fought him?
Some lady. I couldn't
Makes a
really
history
tell.
check.
You can make a history check, but I don't think he ever caught a name.
I mean, I would have assumed that they might have announced the names during the fight, but
There was no person who announced it. It was just the video feed.
I mean, I'll make a
He was
history.
too busy dealing with our shit.
Yeah, I'll make a history check. Why not? I assume no advantage, despite being.
No.
17 though.
17. You know who the girl was. You don't know her name. She was a member of the Ushama clan. She got brought in by Lord, but you don't exactly know what her first name is.
Do I know why she was brought in by Lord?
That's actually a very good question. I don't think Anarche ever told you why.
I
he was
haven't
meeting
told
up with
anyone, and I don't think Lord's brought it up at all.
I think the only person who knows is Aldous, and Aldous hasn't told anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fully sure. I know Lord's been bringing different people home for whatever reason.
Okay, weird. Alright, well, I'm going to go over there, unless if you guys want to come with me.
Sure, why not?
Got nothing better to do.
Nice. So, I must ask, you guys just got an absolute ass-kicking. How does it feel?
Nothing I haven't had before.
Oh, the pain is exhilarating.
Okay,
What?
a little creepier.
Yeah, that.
Bit sus,
It
mate,
just-
bit sus.
It just shows me that I have more to gain defense-wise.
I don't think it's about your defense, if you don't mind me saying. I think you've gotten a little too complacent with the belief that your defense is the only thing that you have. Personally, I think that there's something else that you could be doing.
Oh?
Well, your powers are only internal, and that is completely fine. I mean, as Animon children, we have two different abilities, internal and external. Our body is enhanced by our power, so therefore we gain super strength. But then we also have an energy-based ability that allows us to manipulate and also expel that energy out. But you actually intake energy from your own emotions and you get stronger. The thing is that's as far as it goes. Or is it? Your last trick, your ability, you suddenly increased speed when you got attacked. What was that?
Oh, I can passively accept hits and take them back tenfold.
Interesting. So you're able to use bursts of your own energy to expel and increase your own damage output, or the speed in which you land attacks.
Correct.
Damn, that would be useful. If I could get hit and then just keep firing.
I will also say I definitely underutilized some of my items, like my boots, for example. I could have doubled my speed.
You silly twat. You should have used that. That would have helped you.
Yes.
Actually, now that I think about it, having it that you expel some of that energy and use it like that can actually be quite useful.
I also state when people hit me physically, even without the being able to hit them back instantly, they do take damage. So.
Oh. So
It's
your
really-
weakness is range.
Correct.
I might have a thing for that. Well, I don't, but Iorge, my younger brother, he's actually really good with willpower and spirit. He might be able to help you with something.
I'll have to ask them for some help on that then.
Yeah. Goes up to the door of Anarche's house, knocks on it really frickin' hard.
Oh no, it looks like Lord's at your door, Nake. Wait. Totally Lord. No
Unless
one
you-
else.
Unless you recognize the knocks.
I mean, Lord doesn't knock, he would just open.
Lord has knocked in the past, but this sounds a little harsher.
I don't know. He saw you guys go back to your place.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know.
Maybe
I'll open the door slowly.
You open the door like as if you're like a cowardly little mouse in front of an elephant.
oh, it's you guys. Okay. Hello.
Thanks, boss!
What was with the slow open?
Also,
I was questioning who was at my door. Don't question why I didn't use oral
Alright,
sense.
as he just barges in through the through the door and walks into your house.
what happened to your table?
Oh, don't mind that.
Okay.
Jeez, it looks like it's been hit by lightning. And here?
Broken.
Oh, they did.
I mean, isn't the axe still like stuck into the middle?
No, the axe. He put the axe back. However, I will say you expect someone to you expect someone to say broken window, and you look over at the window. The window is completely fine. There's no broken glass anywhere.
But
Do we hear the orbs fumbling around upstairs?
You do actually, yes.
what is this? The
Oh
bathtub.
my! Wow! Ow! Oh no! Ah! Ooh!
Boss, what? Do you have a TV on upstairs?
No, I have orbs upstairs, but I don't want to know what they're doing either way.
Oh my! Oh
yeah, the
dear!
orbs
What
from
is
your
that?
pocket dimension.
They haven't been outside the Phantom Gate for a while. They might have messed with their secretaries a bit. I'm not too sure. Let's just leave them to it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, how are you feeling?
Pretty good.
You just lost a fight. Apparently, epically.
I wouldn't say epically. It was pretty hard though. She did beat me at my first though, so I mean, fair credit to her.
I've got to meet this chick.
I would introduce you, but she teleported away. So.
Yet again, an arcade. Terrible with the ladies.
Yes. Yeah, yes, you're not wrong.
So,
Yes.
I actually came here because I wanted to see how well you'd been coping with this whole war thing.
Pretty fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really have much else to add to it, really. I can't say I look forward to mass murdering people, but at the same time, I'm confident in my choices, so that's kind of it, really.
I mean, you could just leave.
I could, but then everything I've done means absolutely nothing, and I just step away from a bunch of people who have placed their trust in me to change the outcome of a country, so...
I mean, why not?
Because I would prefer not to.
But why? Look at around this place. You've done good, you've had fun, but there's no real point in it. I mean, look at these people. They're willing to take so much of their time and lives just to start wars and fight. Let them do it. Doesn't matter.
I mean,
They'll
you say
win.
that like that's any different from anywhere else, which I get is your argument, but...
I mean, it's an infinite void of possibilities. We live in a world where you can do whatever the hell you want and no consequences will come to you. Why do you care about this place?
Yeah, see, that sort of attitude is why I end up murdering him. So, you know, I prefer not to live like that, exactly.
Well, maybe he wasn't wrong. I mean, look at these two. They're freaks, they're mutants.
Right, and we're not exactly?
Hey, at least we were born with 2 limbs and we stayed with 2 limbs, or 2 arms and 2 legs. Sorry, guys,
Right,
no
and
offense.
Tarskonians technically weren't born like that. Would you consider them the same thing?
I mean, they actually were born that way. I've been doing a lot of
'cause
research.
they got mutated, so they weren't all
So did our
originally
ancestors, and look, we turned out fine.
Exactly. So it's the same thing. Why does it matter who adds what at some point? Everything changes eventually.
Look, why do you want to even bother? You'll die for these people? What? They mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. I mean, look, this dude's wife died in front of him. Everyone's gonna die eventually. It might as well not be in your control.
Ah,
I mean,
kind of
first of-
harsh, man.
Yeah, first of all, that's even on my levels, that's pretty insensitive. Second of all, that was my fuck up as well as everyone else's. Third, if that's the argument that nothing matters, so I do things, then I might as well do nothing with my life, because no decision I theoretically make at that point is an argument, is anything that matters. So I'm going to do something here that I want to do. If your argument is nothing matters, then why are you concerned that I do anything? Because it clearly matters to nothing.
I think you already know the answer to that.
Yes. My decision doesn't change.
You're our little brother. We care about you, mate. We're not going to let you just go off and die. But we can't get involved in this.
Right. Then don't. That's your decision and that's fair enough. But I'm going to.
Why do you care?
Well, does it help to think that I've met people that I have some conference of care about? And I've met people that I happen to very much disagree with? And I would like to make changes?
So you're going to try and be some kind of hero?
Hell no, I'm not a hero. I'm just doing something I believe is right. That doesn't make me a hero.
Why does it matter? And I'm not talking about why does anything matter. I'm talking why does it matter if those people get vengeance for what happened? I mean,
well,
killing them isn't going to bring his dead wife and kids back.
No, you're right. No, the stoners.
You give up the most powerful artifact that I think anyone has ever seen to just bring back 5 people.
Yeah. I have to be honest, it's not that big of an amp.
I'm not talking about its power, I'm talking about the fact that you could wish for anything.
What else am I going to wish for?
Literally anything! Your own pocket universe? Your own reality? Dude, you could wish for whatever
so I could
you wanted.
Yeah, those two options sound boring as hell.
I'm not really inventive. You know me. I would probably just wish for more... Well, wish for more supplies.
Wishes for a second muffin house.
Like, I considered to wish for a cosmic muffin. I don't even know what that is, but I considered it. But look, my point is, I care about the events that happen here, and thus, yes, I could wish for anything, but I don't care for anything, because I theoretically have everything I need anyway. So...
All I can imagine with Cosmic Muffin is just you eat it, you take spatial damage.
Yeah, you just die.
Or you permanently have the ability to deal spatial damage.
Yeah.
So you're going to stay here,
It's muffin time!
Fight this war, and then what?
Anarcho starts sweating.
What, you're going to live here? Get settled down? Have a family?
I mean, not all the time, but you're technically not too far off.
So you want to be here. You're actually attached to this universe now.
Have I not made that clear enough? I don't mean to sound like an arsehole here, but...
I just wanted to hear you say it just once.
And yes, I want to be here.
That's all I need. Sorry again, by the way, the two of you. I don't actually believe that. I just wanted to rile him up so that he'd actually tell me something. You know, this dude never tells me anything. I mean, skipped out on me for 2 years. It's almost like as if I didn't try to raise him.
That's family sometimes.
By the way...
Yes. Yeah, but you, beat me half the time that I disagree with things.
Shush! As he raises his hand towards you.
No.
Should we go outside?
See, this is why if I said I was possibly getting married, this is why I don't tell you anything.
Wait.
What? Oh shit. I immediately run out.
He grabs you by the scruff of your neck.
No. I'm trying to run on air.
What did you just say as he lifts you up above him?
Oh yeah!
It's gotta be Pinky, right?
What?
He was mentioning something about an arranged marriage when he came in and knock the shit out of that angel to beat you down.
Whoa.
Oh, Ferb, fuck you,
Range,
man.
Anarchy! As he then just throws you into the wall. As he just slams your head into the wall and... Good lord. He deals 40 points of damage.
I mean, it's. I have willpower up, so I mean, it's 8.5.
No.
Oh, I see how it
As he
is.
slams you into the wall,
Oh shit, the
and
Dante's.
you take 40 points of damage as your head is just smashed into the wall. As your head, it looks like Anarche has no head, and he then pulls his head out of it as he's just like covered in dust and concrete.
See, this is why I don't tell you anything.
As he throws you out of the window as you smash through some glass.
Okay, before they destroy the entire place, pulls out the orb, starts
As he
activating it.
launches towards Ferb and grabs Ferb by the face.
Can I roll the dodge?
You can indeed.
Anarche is running for it while he's distracted with Ferb. He's on the run.
21.
Not good enough. As he grabs you by the face, pulls you up. And you thought not to tell me?
I was in a stressful moment. I didn't expect you to need to know.
Not enough of an excuse! As he then throws you out of the window.
Ah!
He looks over at you. How much did you know, Felix?
I was clueless.
Okay, have a good day. Also,
You
I
too.
hope that he does use the miracle stone to save your wife and kids. I didn't mean to say that, as he then kicks the door open and starts running down the street.
No offense taken. An arranged marriage. What on earth? I thought that's what the.
As he runs up to you, as he grabs you, Ferb, and pulls you back up. Where is he? Where would he go now?
I mean,
You have the band. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, let me give you something. Passes him the ring that Anake gave him.
He grabs it. What's this?
Should be able to let you teleport to him, or vice versa. I'm not fully sure how it works, but
Perfect.
it's something
Throws Ferb down to the ground, puts the ring on his finger, and uses like some energy through it. Awesome.
Have fun.
As he teleports away. And Arcade, where have you been? Where have you been running off
He's
to?
running through the market square. Is what he's doing. There's no, and if anyone tries to stop him, he's like, "Get away!"
No! Be gone! As you keep running down there, pushing some people, and one guy just goes, "Oh, no, okay, how you been?" As he gets in front of you.
I don't have time.
As you just shove him to the side. And suddenly, as you get past that, a portal opens up and he stands right in front of you. Hello.
Wait, you can't teleport. How the fuck do you do that?
I learned it. As he goes to punch you.
No, motherfucker.
I feel like at this field has just gone up the stairs to hang out with the orbs.
Ferb just dusts himself off and walks to one of Stan's sandwich shops.
How would you like to react?
You know what? Fuck it. I had enough of this bullying. I'm gonna go and punch him back too. I'm not gonna use the usage style. I'm just gonna go straight punch. No.
Actually, that's just enough. I got a 25.
Oh.
Right back through the portal.
As the both of you hit each other.
Oh boy.
Roll damage, and then I'm going to ask you to roll me con.
Oh no.
So this is the session where we lose Anake.
Yeah, I'm gone. Oh, I didn't know that didn't work. Oh dear. He's immune to my damage.
Just punch him in the cheek, and there's that classic anime thing of like all it does is just slightly move his cheek away.
Yeah, well, that's my damage, and my con is a 6, so no.
As you hit him, you do strike him, and you go, "Yes, finally!" As your lights just go straight out as you just go unconscious. As he just stands over the unconscious Anarche. Still better. As he grabs you by the leg and then just ragdolls you over his shoulder as he begins walking away, and he turns around looking at people looking at, how do you want? People then start going back to what they were doing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Eventually, are you guys still at an Arcade's place, or have you tried to head off somewhere?
Felix is hanging out with the Aura stairs, whatever they're fucking doing.
Fair enough. As you go up to them and you see them, they're just sort of darting around the bathroom and the bedroom, and they're just like looking at things, scanning things.
Fair enough.
Ah, it is Felix. Welcome.
How do you do?
Very well. However, I am currently missing an approximation of 152 hours of current chronological... Currently, I am currently missing a certain amount of... then just turns off and then back on again. Hello, welcome.
Okay then, if there's anything you need, just let me know.
Okay. And then darts around the room again, starts scanning things again. And you'll notice that it's scanning things again that it's scanned already. The other one, on the other hand, is scanning and never really paid you much attention.
Felix is probably going to just start meditating up there.
As you then just suddenly hear like a very large sort of like noise of like the crumpling of a door from downstairs. I swear I kicked this door through a minute ago. Ferb, where are you currently?
I'm probably just coming back from getting one of the stand specials.
You notice that you're noticing that just Akaje has just kicked the door down, which is weird because you swear that he just kicked it down a minute ago. You also notice that the glass on the window is also fine again.
I didn't notice that to begin with. Can I roll a history check to remember whenever he blasted the wall? Put no speaking of Animite in front of my property.
You can
see if
roll
I can
it.
link the two together.
Yep. Let's see what happens.
Minus.
No.
Hey, 2 berries.
Either way, you hear it. I swear I kicked this bloody door down. As he like storms in. As you saw, he was carrying an unconscious Anarche.
I better go make sure he doesn't absolutely destroy the boss. Not that he would likely do, but it wouldn't be on my conscience if I did.
You hear a lot of fumbling and like crashing. When you finally get in, Anarche is lying unconscious on the sofa, and Akaje is just like going through his cupboards. Where the bloody... He stands up, sees you, locks eyes with you. What do you want?
Yeah, just checking on the boss. Sandwich?
He taps his fingers on the counter, and as he does that, you can hear the counter cracking ever so slightly when he's doing it because of the sheer strength that this man has.
I'm gonna guess that's
Why didn't he tell me about that? Why didn't you tell me about that?
Well, I only just found out. No more than...
How long was the museum visit?
About a week ago.
Probably about a week ago, but you guys were also off at the Bone Island, so we didn't really have a chance to tell you. Plus, I don't have a band, so I can't communicate with any of them.
Right, okay. We go off to a bloody Bone Island, and this dude What? I just can't understand why he would do this. An arranged marriage
Mate.
with who?
I doubt it's Lord. He's too old.
First of all, I didn't know about any of this. Second, why did you bring that up?
Lord's a cougar, clearly.
I don't know. He's been hanging out with Lord a lot. He was doing trials with him, so
Who's Lord?
he's the head of the Ushima clan, also known as the first supervillain.
You suddenly hear a knock at the door, just...
Why is it always that knock?
Oh,
Verb will
shit.
just open the door behind him.
I swear I kicked that fucking door in. Hello. I was wondering if an arcade was...
Ah! Hi, Lord. An arcade's over there.
You just
Taking
hear
a
from
nap.
you just hear from the other room. What is? And then suddenly just bursting through the window. she just hear Kaja just go, "You, me, no!" As he just darts towards him, as Lord just teleports away. As Akaje brings his fist down so hard that the entirety of the ground beneath you shakes, as the house begins to crack and break beneath his fist. Where'd he go?
Probably back to the Ushima clan.
He just appears again. I'm terribly sorry. What is going on? Ah! As he darts towards him again. This time, the earth beneath his foot, as he launches towards him, breaks beneath you. As you now are like you, the ground beneath you just caves in as you like drop about a meter. As he launches towards him and goes to punch him.
I'm just gonna step outside and try not to get in the way.
As
They love family drama.
As he goes to attack Lord then uses a spatial mirror, but before it can even finalize, he's already like moved his arm as he uppercuts him underneath the spatial mirror, and he launches him 20 meters up into the air.
Through the house?
No, this is outside.
Oh, okay.
As he flies up into the air, he goes, "As soon as that prick comes back down, I'm about to pile drive this dude." Wait, why isn't he coming down? As Lord just begins sort of like cracking his neck as he just begins floating. Now, I'm sure there must have been a mistake somewhere around this, old chap, but I can't have you just attacking me and being allowed to continue to live. Just can't happen. So, I hope that you like 10 times your own gravity, fellow. As suddenly, about a radius of about 5 meters around Ikaje begins to compress beneath him as he begins falling further and further into the ground. However, Akashi is still standing perfectly upright. The only difference that you notice is his clothes begin to look like as if they're tightening around him on his shoulders. What? This is supposed to be 10 times gravity. You're too weak to fight me. As the next thing that ensues is Lord beginning to onslaught a large cacophony of massively powerful elemental and spatial blasts that are just rapidly firing down as if he is trying to play you right now, Ferb, as he's just unleashing multiple blasts down beneath him. As the next thing that happens is Ikaje launches himself up like a ballistic missile and is able to get his hand on Lord, as he then grabs him with both of his legs, holding his legs, and then grabs one of his arms, and then begins flying downwards, trying to deal a reverse pile driver. As he slams him into the ground, and again creates another crater just perfectly in front of the house, as now the ground beneath the house begins to fall, toppling into parts of these cracks and fissures.
So what rolls am I needing to make here?
I'm going to need you to make me a balance roll, so a dex. Finesse,
Also,
if you
do
got
I
it.
wake up getting a house crushed on me?
Again, the house isn't falling on top of you guys. The house is staying together for now, but it is beginning to slightly fall into the fissures.
So was it flat dex or was it acrobatics?
I'm going to say finesse if you want to keep meditating, acrobatics if you just don't want to fall flat on your ass.
I mean, it's the
You
same
first.
modifier either way.
Fair enough. I'm going to say
I feel like
Anarche and survival, and Ferb, I'm going to say finesse for you, or acrobatics actually.
I'll say acrobatics for this one. It's like there's no meditating around this. Let's be real.
Fair enough. Anarche, you awaken.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Of course, natural 20. Everyone except from Ferb is not doing so well. Ferb, you're sort of like falling as you're now on your butt, sliding in through the doorway towards this crater.
No!
The only thing that you can do is you... Sorry, go on.
Can I attempt to use leg hover?
You don't have any body parts that are currently turned into guns.
Mind if I do something?
Yeah, sure.
Just waiting for him to pick.
Sorry, I'm moving around a lot because I'm now just getting another drink.
Yeah, you're all good.
Well, leg hover is a transformational skill.
Oh, okay. Leg hover is
But I need to-
transformation. It's what's the other
It's
one?
one leg.
What's the actual usage style called again?
Usage style is leg hover.
So it wouldn't transform a leg. It's levitation, isn't it?
It requires SP and SPMA.
Yeah, to keep flying.
Its user transforms leg into a gun and flies using sonic blast.
Oh, okay. So it's yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah, roll for it.
Yes, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, roll for it. Felix, yeah, you perfectly balance whilst this sort of begins sinking. Anarche, you wake up and you start surfing lying on the couch that it begins moving slightly more towards the wall that is currently is the front wall. You're sliding, and yeah,
Yep.
okay.
I'm just gonna get up and I want to walk out my front door, please.
Okay, roll me acrobatics.
Can I not just power walk? Because I have super strength.
Roll me labor.
Okay.
I was going to say one thing, which is
29.
You power walk by the ways of slamming your feet so hard into the ground that you basically imprint yourself into the ground, walking towards it. You eventually get to where Ferb is as he sees you and he slides down into the crater.
Hi, boss!
Hello, what the hell is going on?
As you finally get to the doorway and see what's going on, you just see Ikaje just upside down in a crater as he stands back up, as he goes, "Son of a bitch, teleported!"
Alright, calm down. That's enough. You already destroyed like half my house. What the hell is going
You
on?
don't get to make a decision right now.
Shut the fuck up, this is my house.
Oh, sorry, Your Majesty. As he punches the ground and a fissure comes straight up as Ferb is swallowed. Is about to be swallowed by this fissure as it's also going up towards your house. Ferb, roll something in reactive. You can try and roll leg hover to try and react against this. Anarche, on the other hand, this is coming towards your house.
Oh, motherfucker.
I'm going for flying dreadnought.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's 15. Yes.
You needed to beat a 20.
Fuck.
I don't know if you'd allow this. Will I be able to do the cliche anime thing? Oh wait, no, I don't have reactive. Never mind.
No, say what you want to say.
I was gonna try and do like a reactive transformation, but I don't have the ability for that.
I'll say that you can I'll say that you can because that you have a transformation and you have SPMA, which actually you have you have Superpower Martial Artist, which is the tradesperson perk, which actually allows you to use any of your SPMAs reactively.
You know, like in shows when they like transform and it cancels out the force of something else. I want to try and do the really cliche thing there, where I use the aura to try and cancel out the force of the fissure coming towards my house.
You can attempt it, but I can't guarantee that it would work even if you beat it.
That's fine. That
leave
is
up to
fine.
you.
29.
Okay. Can you roll me a D100, please?
Yeah. The house blows up. 63.
Too much power.
At the very least, the front part of the open part of the door does blow open as you transform. The fissure gets to it and begins cracking all the way up the stairs, breaking a chunk out of the house.
At this point, Felix would activate the boots with Balderdash, grab the orbs, and do whatever he needs to get out. Whether it's
Remind me, how does Felix activate the boots of Balderdash?
by saying the word Balderdash.
Yay! Sorry, I had to. I'm gonna say roll. I'm gonna say either roll move speed or dexterity for this.
Okay, I will just do move speed's a +8. So actually, no, because I'm not transformed. What is it? It's minus.
But thanks to Balderdash, it's also ×2. What's your move speed?
30.
It's 60, and then taking away even taking away the current bonuses and that, it's still +15 now.
Okay.
So you get to roll move speed with a +15.
Yeah.
Movement.
Yes. You do exactly as you said. As you run around the room grabbing the orbs, and then you said that you wanted to run out of there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the house is being fucking destroyed.
Yes.
And like,
You get, by the way, as you do so, you get out from where because as the fissure cracks up, it breaks up and takes an entire slice out of the house. You run out through the open back part of where the house has just opened up. So you're now standing out above it.
could people have a civil conversation for like 5 minutes?
I'm sorry, this guy lost the ability of civil conversation the second that he tried to get married to who? Lord?
What? No! No! Fuck lie! Fuck it out. Maybe you have more faith in me than that. Jake.
Arranged marriages, Anarcho. What for this time?
Well, if you actually stop shouting for a second, I'll tell you.
Fine.
Good. If only I
He
had,
then darts right back up to you.
if only I had like an ability that allowed me to like exude calmness, like in a field.
That would be sick, yeah. Yeah, he's dashing towards you, going in for another attack, it seems.
I'm gonna use my Phantom Fist ability, but what I want to do, if you're allowed, is basically like face palm him into the floor. So as he's coming at me, like hit his face, and then push him to the floor so the back of his head hits into the ground.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? No, screw it. He gets the Miracle Stone because he's being annoying. Thank fuck.
Okay. yeah, that was a good one.
So I believe the highest is 27.
Awesome, because I got a 24. As he launches towards you, you do hit him in the face and then slam him into the ground.
This isn't. I'm gonna say this isn't for damage. I'm gonna do what he did to me. I'm gonna say this is for knockout.
I'm only going to say because this is a...
I didn't. Usage style?
Well, I was going to say because it's both a usage style and you didn't state. I'm going to say you can at least use it to cause the factor of prone, but I'm not going to say if you don't want to do.
Fair enough. Yeah.
If you don't want to do damage, that's also fine. But yeah, I will have it that like you do that.
I just want him to sit down, basically.
Yeah, fair enough.
Be on the floor.
As you do that, as you slam him, as now the entire front of your house bursts open, as the full front wall just begins falling apart, as it breaks into pieces, as you've created an even more gigantic crater. Whilst this is going on, we now come back to Ferb, who is falling down a large fissure.
Wait, if I fall down far enough, I'll just fall through the island.
Yep.
Oh god, yeah. Come on, one more
Question.
time.
May I be able to make like a perception check or anything to see if I see that happening?
No, because it's on the other side of the house.
That's fair.
Flying Dreadnought.
That's
Come
more
on.
than fine.
And
Yep.
Okay, I'm just on a. Can I now activate blast off and just blast off back through
Yes.
the opening?
Yeah, I'm gonna say roll for it. Just get a 15. Nice.
24.
Yeah, as you launch yourself back up, as your legs turn into two separate miniguns that then eventually fuse into a dual minigun, and I'm going to say your head turns into a minigun at this point, as you then launch upwards with multiple sonic blasts that fly up. I'm going to say roll me 2 d12s.
2d12.
As you take 8 points of damage. As you fly upwards, yeah, Anarche, your brother is currently like back. You know, his back is hit against this ground as your face is your palm is right over his face.
Now I'm gonna remove it and go. Now we can continue this and beat the shit out of each other, or you can actually listen for me if you want this in your life.
Roll me charisma.
Something you're notoriously good at.
No, we got this. We got this. Never mind.
You're right, Anarche, and he goes for an uppercut.
I do the same thing again, trying to, and this time I will say I want to try and knock him out, as I'm going to attempt to push him further into the floor.
I want to point out I'm getting some terrible rolls right now, so this is the perfect time.
Does that work? 27.
Aren't you using the Miracle Stone?
Yeah.
That is why it's 2d turns. I got a 21, so yes.
Okay, well I'll roll this just for the sake of it works. So yeah.
And funny enough, this is also disadvantaged because what he's currently copying is not granting him super
Con. Yeah.
He's also not using any of his willpower abilities at the moment. Actually, no, he is, but not the one that I think. Wait, no, is he? Oh shoot, if he is, then actually this might be regular. Let's have a look. Aha! No, it's not. No, because it has to be with another specific power to give him that. It is with +5, but it is a disadvantage.
Yeah.
9. He goes on. He goes under. As again, the massive crash, but he does go under this time.
I'm just gonna pick him up by the head and pull him out of the crater that I've just put him in.
As the house begins falling further and further, crumbling under its own weight.
Oh shit! He would be really useful at this moment.
As you just hear the words, "Yo, you want to help?"
Without looking, just like, yes, please.
Cool. You just get patted on your stomach, and then suddenly teleported.
No.
As you now sort of appear in front of like about 10 meters away from, but still in front of your house. As it then just see it fall into the crater as all of it just comes crashing on top of itself.
Oh man, I'm gonna need a new house now.
Well, could be worse. To think that I came back just to ask you a couple more. Huh. You know, I never realized this, but I thought that you would have probably killed a guy who attacked your house. Now I just realized why. He's your brother.
Oh, this one, yeah. He is one of 3, as I'm gonna grab him by the collar of his shirt. And I'm gonna go, wake up! So I'm gonna backhand him.
You son of a...
Now, look, as I point over to the house. Let's do this. You've knocked me out. I've knocked you out. We're evens. Square evens. Let's talk about this civilly. So I'll let him go.
Roll me advantage on charisma.
Watch him roll two berries.
Two berries.
A 10! Oh!
A 10, that's all you needed. Yes.
Yes!
The other one's a natural one, but it doesn't make any difference.
Let's go!
Are you sure it doesn't pull it down by one?
No. Oh no, it's a super disadvantage. No, it's where the second one always is the negative. No. He gets up and he just looks at you for a second as he just goes, "You knocked me out. I'm so proud of you, brother. You've finally done it. You're a man." As he then just goes in and hugs you very tightly.
I'll go and hug him back.
It feels as if it's floating around confused, holding two orbs.
Herb is just having a day.
It's been scary not knowing where you were for the last 2 years and thinking that you'd be too weak to be able to cope without us, but I know that whatever decisions that you're going to make, you're making them for the right reasons.
Well, thank you for still having concern for me. It's still important. I'm still misguided from time to time, you know, so sometimes I need kicking back into my senses, but I thank you. And again, sorry for not telling you.
No. I think that's fine. Lord eventually ports in. Okay. I'm about to make sure that you wish that you had never been born.
Lord, that's my brother.
Oh. Then in that case, I'm about to make you wish that you had never been born.
Lord.
I'm still gonna kill him. As he stands towards him.
Could you guys at least take it to the arena? Or just...
No, because I don't want whatever I'm about to do to this man gets undone by some fancy magic.
First of all, you know it's technology, and second of all, look, I don't know what happened, Lord. He just found out about the arranged marriage. He's quite a protective brother.
Yeah, and that you coerced my brother into marrying into your wrecked family.
Actually, that was my choice.
What?
Yes, it was my choice. He didn't coerce me. If anything, he gave me options over gouging out my own eyes. And that was not forced, by the way. That was another choice. Let me explain.
This whole thing is an emotional roller coaster. Who am I supposed to be upset with?
I know. Look, come here, so I'll hug him again.
He grabs you by the collar and goes, "Look, you earned the first one, not the second."
All right, fair enough. But look, let's explain this.
I feel like having an epiphany. Oh, so that's why Pinky's upset.
Na, 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 na.
The more you know.
Eventually you explain the whole situation. The person who obviously saved you was Magdalena, and eventually Lord just says, "Now that that's clear, are we going to have to fight each other or kill each other?" No, Narco can make his own choices. But now I guess the only question is, who do you pick?
Hadn't gotten that far.
Well, I mean, it's only fair that you make a decision soon. Like now.
That was the plan, but then everyone barged into my house, destroyed it. Quite the roller coaster myself, really.
Oh, please.
How long has this thing been going on? Love takes time, guys. Give the boy a break.
Yeah, he only just got back from his fight and hanging out.
I mean, as much as I want to agree with you, I can kind of just merge souls with people, which kind of gets over the emotional boundaries and all the secrets. It's real quick, so...
That...
Sounds cool.
feels
Sounded nice.
somewhat invasive.
It kind of is. But I think I normally only use it against people. Well, not against. That's the wrong word. I use it on people who are willing. So,
That's interesting to know that you never use that against me. As Magdalena just like sort of like puts her arm around you, as like, so, what's your answer?
This feels more threatening than this should be.
Hey! As she like backs up. Whoa! Who's threatening anyone?
I know.
Also, stupid question.
Hmm?
The house is currently falling, right?
It's already fallen. It's just like a bunch of rubble now.
We gonna go retrieve your weaponry, or is all that just gone?
Oh, I have nothing in there. That's fine. I don't keep anything important in the house.
Yeah, besides, I don't know if you noticed, but the house is already repairing itself. As when you look
What?
over, it begins to sort of turn purple in places. As it begins to sort of crawl. The purple bits crawl back up and get put on each other. And eventually they solidify and then turn into the bricks. And again, and again, and again. Until eventually some of it makes the door. Some of it makes the doorway and the frame around it. Until eventually you start noticing that all of it is beginning to turn itself into a purple sludge and begin sort of pulsing itself towards where the house was.
Has that always been able to do that?
No.
That's kind of weird, even by my standards.
Wait a minute.
I'm also going to have
Wait
to
a
admit,
minute.
I've never seen a slimy, sentient house before.
That guy I murdered, didn't he have slime stuff?
Inaka, you're an idiot.
Hey. I'm just like you, man.
Wait,
What was that?
I mean, look, we're just siblings, that's all I was implying.
Well, I'm going to head home
here
and
we go
guys
again.
deal with whatever this is.
Yep, probably.
I'm taking the orbs with me for now.
I just imagine that you've got them under like your lower arms, like holding them like. like
Wait, are
footballs.
you saying I'm losing custody over the orbs?
That they'll just be at my place.
You can see them on the weekends.
Yeah.
This
Look,
feels
Felix needs. So he's been feeling lonely after his children died. Let him have this.
they are the closest thing to children. I don't really need them at the minute, so
I just love
guess.
the idea that just the hilarious beauty to it is like 2,000 years ago, this incredibly intelligent race of humans figured out how to scry information from Animite like it was magic, and eventually instilled intelligence onto large crystal balls, and now they're being treated 2,000 years later like malfunctioning children.
Yeah.
That's the human will for you. We will put sentience or emotion into anything and treat it like a child.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I've already narrowed it down to 2, so I've made a forward motion. There's choices. I just need to now figure out the last bit.
And who is it between the two, I must ask?
Oh, Tori.
And...
Oh, Magdalena.
Well, it seems as though my choice was correct. And my son is a fool.
Well, I mean, I haven't confirmed. It's between those two at the moment. I need time to think.
No, but it's now either my daughter or my choice, and I know that you'll make the right one. Wait, why am I trying to win this? Technically I win it.
Yeah.
Anyway. He just walks away and teleports out of existence.
I don't get that, man, sometimes. I really don't.
Well, it looks
So
like you've
confused.
got to make a choice. Well, I guess I shall leave you, but remember, you need to come up with something soon. So how about...
Well, I was going to ask actually, considering it only seems fair if you're on board. I used that soul technique with Tori, so if you want, I could use it.
She puts her hand up before you even finish the sentence.
You know, it just makes the choice a lot quicker. So, attempt to use the ability.
Fusion ha!
Oh no.
Explosion.
No, well, it works. I only need a 10.
As you do so, explain to me how this works again.
So, I assume you mean more lore-wise, less mechanic-wise, or do you want both? Yeah. So essentially, as our hands are touching, well, I know, already an intimate moment there. Our two, like, I guess you could say our wills, our essence, sort of, they start merging in between the gap and they link, almost forming like a bridge, and then both sort of go into essentially almost like each other's souls, and now we're capable of seeing and understanding each other on, like, I guess you could say arguably the deepest emotional level, essentially. So there's no memories or anything, but you completely understand the person, they understand you, essentially, on a complete emotional level.
As you do this, you sense throughout her that she is very much combat-driven. That she enjoys things in which that she gets to use her abilities, show off and everything. But at a certain point in her life, there's almost like a level of shame in her power. And you almost feel this level of shame as a driving point for her hard work. That every ounce of power and strength that you now see before you is the culmination of both her being born lucky, but also an insane amount of hard work. That everything that she has done is to forge herself into the most completely optimized warrior. Because to her, in her clan, you are either youthful or you are useless. And for her, she wanted to become the most useful. That everyone had needed her not to make abilities, not to not to do menial tasks, but to be a strong fighter, be a guardian for her people, but also something that you also feel as the form of she wants to be a good protector, a good fighter. She enjoys battle, but she doesn't enjoy inflicting pain and damage upon people. She enjoys the winning aspect and the ability of being able to use her abilities, her strategies, her hard work to overcome others. And that's because of that is her strong will, that she enjoys fighting, and that the only reason that you can sense the only reason she taunts people's strength is to get them to try and fight harder. That she wants to always win in the concept of fair, but also prove that she beat them at the hardest point, that she put them through the points of which they believed that they were fighting at their strongest, so that she knows that she beat them at their best. And that she wants to continue her life not only learning and seeing more of strength around the world or beyond that, but she also wants to be able to work harder and become more than just a warrior. As you feel all of these sort of emotions and these sort of feelings and this path, you also sense that she is a multi-martial artist, that she can fight with multiple different types of weapons as well as unarmed combat, that she has learned a lot of different abilities and SPMAs, but she has also built herself mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit. She is, without a doubt, a warrior from start to finish. As you come out of that, the one last thing that you feel from her is that she just wants to be her best self. And that becoming a warrior was the best way that her clan could give her that ability to be that best version of herself. As the effect ends... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, I think as that ends, I feel like he almost like takes him like a couple of seconds to really get there, and he goes, "Oh man, oh that was overwhelming. Always is though."
Wow. You've been through a lot. You fought people and had to kill. You have a sense of your own identity and a sense of your own morality. You've worked hard to get from where you were to where you are, and that's not just physically. It's emotionally and mentally.
Stupid question. Did they see since they soul bonded, did they see the moment decimated Lord's corpse?
No, so in their soul bonding, they feel all of their emotions, they don't see any of their actual memories.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
Which, you're definitely lucky on that.
Yeah.
Now, the only time that they actually do see those things is if an RK or someone else was to do something like that where they soul bond to one of the orbs, because Fletcher saw small fragments, but if he had actually gotten a high enough perception, he could have seen the entirety of an RK's history in like a matter of a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, good question.
Just looking out for my safety here,
Understandable.
I have my heart's on the line here.
Understandable, have a nice day. Yes, sorry, Anake.
No, I feel like, again, like, he's just... I feel like now he's just kind of in this awkward state where he's done the thing and now he's just kind of processing it all. Like, now he's actually felt it. So... well... thank you. I definitely see now what you meant. But I also see what you mean about your ability you were talking about earlier. So I apologize if I came off a bit, what was salty, some people say, after the fight.
I think something else is that you've had a lot of strength, but you don't fight because you don't fight because you think that you're right. You fight because you enjoy it. And the only reason that you're doing this war is because that you think that everything right now is wrong. I think you're right about them being wrong. I don't know why, but I never thought of it that way, and now I can't believe I ever saw it anything else differently. I mean, don't worry. I'm going to enjoy killing the hell out of those angels, but now at least I know that people are actually going to be helped by my actions. Even if I do enjoy it, that's just more of a bonus.
Yeah, something I should probably warn you of, this overwhelming feeling, it lasts for a while, so apologies about that.
Yeah. So what's your plan next?
Well, I'll make my choice tomorrow, I think. Gosh, I sound like an idiot, I know, but...
Okay. Hit me up. Actually pretty cool. Besides, you don't want it that I have a victory over you, do you?
Well, my victory will come in due time, don't worry about that.
I look forward to it. Ezio. She then disappears, and then Ikashi is like, can anyone tell me what the hell just happened? And that is where we shall end this session. Thank you very much for listening. This has been the Dev Plays the Crucible of Avarice campaign, using the Animite Tales tabletop RPG system. If you want to find out more about this, then we do have the channel, #Animite Tales. But you can also check us out at Twitter, @Animite Tales. If you would like to play using this system, building your own campaigns and becoming part of the community and playtesting this game more and more, this game is open and free to use online at animatetales.com. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, have a wonderful night.
Ta-ta for now!
Bye-bye.
Anyone want this sandwich?